when I go home. But today I said I would make an exception and try to find a different spot. And I'm back in a spot that we've been here before and where there's a lot of traffic. Let's see, maybe we get some more conversations. But of course, anybody listening to this will probably be watching it in retrospect. So if you are listening to this, comment down below waffle. I don't know why, just waffle. It's a funny word. Hey, Dandelion Gum. Nice to see you here. Waffle. You heard it. Yes. Yeah, I moved. I'm still close to the museum theoretically. Hey, LSL. Nice to see you. I'm still close to the museum theoretically. I've been here before. But I thought, you know what, let's change things up a little bit. The problem is that I also got tanned more on this side, hey Martin, than on this side. So I'm trying to you see the shadow? I was trying to stick to the shadow a little bit. Let's hope it goes well. You guys want to try a social experiment? That guy had a White Lotus t-shirt. I actually am watching the show today. I don't know if you guys are watching the White Lotus show. Nice pump. Thank you, Jonathan. Nice to see you here. Martin, always a pleasure. Aaron, hey, nice to see you here. Thank you. Latva, awesome. Awesome people here. Quite busy also with cars and stuff. Let's see how it goes. If we don't get anybody in the first 10 minutes, we're gonna go somewhere else. I've been biking around trying to find a different spot, but it's kind of busy, kind of not busy everywhere. It's kind of the same. Hey Neil, nice to see you here. It's always difficult in the middle of the day where to find an actual good spot to do it, huh? To sit with a sign. I think this is a relatively good spot because there's a lot of people passing by, both on bike and on foot. But yeah. It's always a little bit of stressful where to pick the spot. Flexing on him, says Olwali. No, I'm actually just like normal. It's not even flexing right now. You guys want to try a social experiment? You guys want to try a social experiment?
Maybe.
Just ask you some questions, that's it.
Okay.
Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Oh, no.
No? Okay, that's okay. Some people aren't okay. What can we do about it? Glad we don't have to listen to Inspector Gadget. Yeah. Every day, huh? Do. We don't have to listen to Inspector Gadget, but let's hope we get people here. Damn, and the shade is moving. Oh, I'm gonna have to cover the phone. Nice view of the canal, yeah. There you go. The phone is now covered up. I feel like taking care of you when I'm like, of you guys, when I put this on the phone, I'm like, oh, look at that, I'm taking care of you. Also, I have sunscreen on me. This is really, really warm today. It's warmer than yesterday. And I think the UV index is also higher, so haven't checked actually, but yeah. You seem like a fairly nice guy. Why do you piss off people for a living? Asks Griffith. You know what? I fight for animal rights. If that pisses people off, so be it. You know, I don't necessarily care about that, right? We should be considering victims when we're making choices, shouldn't we? Chip and other folks, what's the most vegan-friendly country? As far as I know, UK is the most vegan-friendly country. But you know, kind of Western Europe is all pretty damn good. You're not gonna have any issues in Germany or in Netherlands, Belgium, France, Spain. I've been to all of them, and everywhere I had nice products to buy. I think the best are, of course, closer to the cities. The bigger cities, the more options you have. But yeah, UK. You want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Sorry?
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm quite happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you come a little bit closer?
Sure.
Love it. What's your name?
Julie,
Julie. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Perth, Western Australia.
Oh, nice. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Julie. Julie, how do you feel about animals?
Animals?
Yes.
I love animals. I think they're here to teach us something.
Say it again. They need a teacher.
They need. I think they're here to teach us something.
They're here to teach us. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think they're here to teach us? What do you mean by that?
I think our egos get in the way. So I think what happens is it's like a big jigsaw puzzle. And we forget that we're only probably one of the smallest species.
Yeah.
Like even when you consider insects and things, there's billions of them, and their job and their operation and how it all interlocks and works together. So I think we're here as more as observers rather than controllers.
Interesting. Okay. Do you think that we have power over animals?
I think we've assumed power.
Yeah, we've assumed power. In that sense, when I say do we have power, as in not necessarily that we have, that we should dominate, but rather that we can dominate.
We have the ability to dominate for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that is also to do with our belief systems.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you study more the indigenous cultures and the original cultures, they always looked at even trees and animals as like the standing people, or like they were there as symbols and as teachers.
Yeah. So then let me ask you. I'm just gonna go down with the question. So, if we, do you think animals deserve moral consideration? I'm not sure if I asked you that. Sorry, you're the first person I've talked to today.
Okay, that's right. Sorry, just repeat the question.
Yeah. Do you think that animals deserve moral consideration?
Animals deserve moral consideration. Moral is an interesting word because it's one of our words.
Yeah.
If you study animals, part of the whole world is set up that everything works by either supporting or eliminating something else.
Yeah. I guess my question is, do you think that it would be fair to exploit or slaughter animals for something that we don't need?
No.
No. So if a product is optional, then exploiting or slaughtering animals for it should be wrong.
There has been indigenous people who have lived off the land and have hunted animals only for food.
Yeah.
Our perception of food, I think, is a lot of it is just pure greed.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure if you got everyone and said, okay, if you want to eat dinner tonight, you've got to go out and hunt an animal. You've got to respect it. You've got to value it. You've got to do the whole process for it. No one would do it.
Yeah, exactly. But do you think that it would be respectful even to hunt an animal when we have other choices, when we don't need to hunt them?
That again is a judgment that people have made. But
What do you think?
I personally think that it is natural for people to eat meat. I do. I think it's a natural for a lot of animals to also.
Do you eat dog meat?
No, I don't.
Would you?
No.
But it is natural, as you say, and normal, right?
No, I don't think it is. If you
So wait, it's natural and normal to eat other other
no, no,
species,
no, no,
but
no,
dogs
no.
for some reason
Okay,
are exempt.
with the animals you have hunters and you have the prey. So most animals will eat prey animals, they will not eat hunter animals. The dog is a hunter animal.
Okay.
But I don't think the amount that we are consuming or the attitude that we have to it. Like I did eat meat and I made myself think, okay, well, if I'm going to eat meat, I actually need to do this process. And you actually, to kill an animal is a huge thing to feed your
Would
family.
you eat a koala? They're not predators.
Aren't they?
No. They're herbivores. They're not predators.
There is even with animals there is like selected prey, isn't there? Like
So
like
can I ask what is the logic?
in extreme conditions, anyone will eat anything.
But what is the yeah? But you're changing
So-
you're changing the situation in extreme conditions, right? But like in a day-to-day situation, why is it that you think koalas deserve moral consideration, as in they shouldn't be exploited or slaughtered for food, whereas cows, chickens, or pigs don't?
Well, I didn't actually say that. I said I probably wouldn't eat it because it's
I'm
not.
sorry,
It's
it
not.
just
It's
felt
not.
implied.
Yeah. I don't think anything should be slaughtered because the process of slaughtering is just it's completely. There's no thinking about that. There's no spirituality in that. There is no consideration in that at all.
But if my spirituality says that it's okay to kill you, does that mean it's okay to kill you? If my spiritual feeling, I have a feeling that it's okay to kill you, would that be okay to kill you?
That's not spirituality. If you need to study some of the
go.
native cultures, study some of
just
the
saying,
native cultures
what I'm
to
trying to say-
understand their spirituality. It was a big, huge thing to kill an animal.
Well, just
In their spirituality, it was only to feed people because they needed certain nutrients and things like that.
But we don't need
And-
any of that, right? Like we don't need any of these nutrients. We can thrive on plant-based diets. We don't need to exploit or slaughter innocent animals.
Well,
right?
the science is out on that. You know, that is one point of view that we don't need this, but there is just as much evidence that we do need some
I'm
of
a
this.
certified nutritionist. I can tell you for a fact that we do not need animal products to thrive.
But I can find certified nutritionists that will say the opposite as well.
I doubt it. I
so-
doubt it because this is the scientific. You don't have to trust me as an authority. Rather, this is the scientific consensus. But let's assume, because you know what, when I bring this up, a lot of people go like, well, you say this, I say that. I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to go down that route. So let's assume that science says that we don't need any animal products to thrive. Would you say that then exploiting or slaughtering
Well,
any
that is
innocent
what
animal
that
is
is doing.
wrong?
It's redirecting me into your
It's a
stream.
hypothetical. It's a hypothetical, right? In a hypothetical scenario, because you see it as a hypothetical, for me it's reality. But if you see it as a hypothetical scenario where we do not need animal products to thrive, don't you think that exploiting or slaughtering any innocent animal is wrong?
If in that hypothetical situation, yes, of course it would be. But as again, you and I would probably disagree with a lot of the facts. I do
So what would
believe that
convince you?
certain.
What would convince you of this? What would convince you that we do not need animal products to thrive?
I still go back to nature.
So nature would convince you. So then, do you think in animal agriculture, is there anything inherently natural about it?
No, but I'm not talking about the agriculture. I disagree with all of that. I disagree with
But I'm
slaughterhouses.
assuming you
I
do pay
disagree
for
with
it.
all of that.
But I'm assuming you do pay for it, right?
No, you're wrong.
So you don't buy animal products? You don't go to restaurants and eat animal products?
I'm very careful where it's sourced and how it is
So you
it
do,
is done.
So you do buy it and you do eat it. So you
But,
do
you know,
contribute to animal agriculture.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to just lump it down into one thing that suits your agenda, okay? What I'm trying to
My
say
agenda?
is
What's my
there's
agenda?
a lot of people out there. There's a big difference between talking about a slaughterhouse and a farmer, for instance, who raises his, and they have a very happy life.
Is it ethical
And
to farm animals?
Huh?
Is it ethical to farm animals?
I would much rather see him on a savannah.
Is it ethical to farm humans?
We are already farming humans.
Were you farmed? Did somebody forcefully inseminate your mother so that you can be born, and then they gave you the purpose to kill you and exploit you?
No, but we are farmed in different ways, for sure.
Did somebody forcefully inseminate your mother or yourself? Did somebody control your breeding process?
No, the way they do it is by bribery and money, like everything else.
But animals are being forcefully inseminated, right? In animal agriculture, they are being controlled. That's the whole point of animal agriculture, that we control their breeding.
Not all people, not all farmers are doing that. You need to open your.
Not all
views a
farmers
little
forcefully
bit.
inseminate them.
No, not
So
all.
how do you think they
farmers
get milk from cows?
It depends on the relationship you have with cows.
Do you think that cows get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers decide for them?
Some farmers decide for them, and I totally disagree with that.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them. No.
Can you show me some proof that not all of them do this? Because I have searched far and wide, and all farmers do the same thing. They forcefully inseminate cows. Some of them, they just, what you would call natural, is they still put the cow on a contraption where they're being held by their neck, and then a bull rides them, but they're still being held.
No. There are farmers out there, especially some permaculture farmers, who are not artificially inseminating and who are not forcing them to do anything. There is a big swing now in permaculture also to allow animals to reproduce naturally, because they found that when animals choose themselves, everything is much stronger.
What age do you think animals are killed at?
Well, it depends what you're reading, isn't it? I mean,
Let's say dairy cows. Dairy cows. When do you think dairy cows are killed?
they're killed way too young.
Yeah, they're killed when they can no longer get pregnant.
Well, even before that, because some of the calves and the male calves.
Is that fair
aren't
towards
killed.
them?
No, of course it isn't.
Does that happen on all farms?
No, it does not happen on all farms.
Okay, so you think some farmers keep their cows for 20 years, even if those cows don't produce anything. Afterwards, they could not sell them for meat because the meat would be very gamey. So you think those farmers, they farm cows for
well,
the
that's
sake?
not true either, because like mutton is an old cow, and
But that's what you eat,
people
right?
have
You just eat mutton.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. And in Amsterdam, you're not eating any animal products.
No, I didn't say that. That's not true.
Oh, but you said you only buy from farmers that you know. You couldn't possibly know where the product is being sourced in Amsterdam because you couldn't possibly have had the time to research it, right?
No, well, I've got family who live here, and they've done a lot of research.
Oh, well,
about
I've
what
looked
they
here.
want.
Absolutely all the farms around Amsterdam, all the animal products you can buy in Amsterdam are coming from exploitation, abuse, and slaughter.
All of them.
All of them. 100%.
Okay, well, I need to do some more research.
Even
on that
even
then.
the ones that are visible to the public, like if you go into Amsterdam Bos, which is a forest next to Amsterdam, there's a goat farm, and even there you'll see the separation of babies from their mothers. You'll see there's only females and not males. You'll see
Yeah.
that the males are separated from the females.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that. I mean, it's like even domestic animals, like dogs, for instance. You know.
So if I bring this up to you, do you think that then you have an obligation to not consume animal products here?
I think I have an obligation to be more careful in what I choose and where I choose it from, which I have been.
But if you have options to never exploit an innocent animal or kill them, because if you're buying meat or any animal product, as you say, you know for a fact that these animals are killed way younger than they should be. So why is it that you don't think that then it's important for you to not participate in this? If you think you respect animals, at the end of the day, do you really respect them when you are forcing them to their death? You are paying for somebody to kill them?
No, I don't like the way they are slaughtered. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a good way of slaughtering an innocent animal? For an optional product?
Not for an optional product. No.
So why not go plant-based? Why not eat only plants and plant-based products?
Because I don't believe that only plant-based products.
So what
are
would convince
we
you?
need.
I repeat, what would convince you? The science is there. There's plenty of studies. I can give you the studies if you want to look
You
into
can
it.
give me your version of studies,
No,
and
I
there
can
are
give you
other
empirical
studies
evidence.
out there.
You know the largest organization of nutritionists on the planet, nutritionists and dietitians on the planet? Do you know which one that is? It's the Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition. It's in US. It's got over 1,000 members. It's in no way a plant-based or vegan organization. And they acknowledge that vegan diet is suitable for all ages and stages of life.
I don't necessarily believe that.
So you don't trust authorities, you don't trust studies, you only trust
Not
what,
necessarily, no. I trust nature, and I also trust that there are other studies that have been done which do prove that at different times
There's no
in our
studies that
lives
prove
that
that we need animal products. There's no. Animal
you
agriculture.
and I will just have to agree to disagree on
Well,
that.
no, because I actually look into it because animal agriculture pays large sums of money every year to try it and show this, what you're saying, and every year it comes up exactly the opposite, that we don't need any animal products to thrive.
Okay, well, I need to do some more research then, because
So if you do research...
I don't just not just going to take
Fair
your
enough.
word for it.
And please do that. But if
Yeah.
you do research and you find out that we don't need any animal products to thrive, then do you see it as a moral imperative that you go
With
vegan?
this many people on the planet, absolutely.
With this many, what if there are less people on the planet? Why does that matter?
I'm sorry, but I think that the whole planet was designed originally for indigenous people to live as they did live. And I do believe that is just part of the way nature is.
So wait, if I don't get this whole designed by, right? Like my penis is designed to be inserted in a vagina. Is that what you're saying? So does that mean I
Yeah.
can insert my penis in any vagina?
No.
No. So why
No,
why
you're
why is
twisting it
it
around.
so? Because consent matters. So why is it that you think that killing an innocent animal is okay? Because we're designed to kill animals. Like, why do you think that? Isn't it that you're walking on something that is completely artificial, wearing something artificial to help you? You're wearing all artificial stuff. You came from a plane. You flew. That's totally against your nature. You trusted that, and you came against your nature.
Yeah.
Like, I understand
Look,
your
you
whole
know what,
point of view
everything- look-
of trying to idolize nature, but the reality is, nature is not that good. Sure,
No,
there's-
that is our opinion of nature, because we don't understand how it works. We always are so egotistical. We think we know better than nature, always. And all we do is create more and more problems.
But you're appealing to nature when you're saying it's a logical fallacy, when you're saying that just because it's natural, it's good. You know, that's an appeal to nature. It's the same as saying just because it's natural is bad, right? Or just because saying something is artificial means it's bad. That's an appeal to nature. Because there's plenty of natural things that are bad. It's the reality, right? So you can't say that something
No,
being
I
natural
don't.
makes
No, I
it
think that's
good.
our judgment of it. You like to choose to
Do you
see
think
it
cyanide
as
is bad?
They didn't.
Do you think cyanide is bad?
No.
Do you think cyanide is not bad? If you eat cyanide, you think it's not bad?
Who would eat cyanide?
Well, if you eat apple seeds, there's cyanide in them. They have a compound that, when it reacts with your stomach acid, it becomes cyanide.
So who's ever eaten apple seeds?
Well, they're natural, so in your own view, they should be good, right? Because they're natural. And
No,
they're part of a
you're
food.
caught up in good or bad there. I'm just
No,
saying
it's called an
nature
appeal
is
to
nature.
It's called an appeal to nature fallacy. That's what I'm saying.
No, nature is nature. It is not good or bad, and that's the whole
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly. It's not good or bad. Exactly. So we shouldn't take nature as an example, because that's what you're doing. You're saying it's natural to kill animals.
Nature. The reason why we're here is because of nature.
But you're saying it's natural to kill animals, don't you?
I'm
It's
saying
natural also for us to kill each other, yet we don't do that because we've gone beyond that. We've said we've added moral values to this. We say it's wrong to do so
if you let
because we
nature
think
take
about
its course, it would just take us out naturally anyway. And this is the whole thing. We decide something is bad, so then we try and fix it, and what we do is create more problems. That's why we've got overpopulation. You know, nature, it's not a good or
I
bad
think
thing.
we've got overpopulation because we're trying to fix nature. We've got overpopulation because people have been breeding each other, you know, because they have consent and they're breeding each other. What do you mean?
Yes, in a way, but what I'm trying to say is
Because
too,
life is
we
better.
try and fix everything. You know, like we try and fix every disease. People see disease as a bad thing. It's not. It's a natural thing that was designed to take.
I think if
For
you
the
had a
strongest
disease,
genes.
I think if you had a disease, you would like people to try and fix that for you.
Well, no,
I
actually.
think you have survivorship bias where you're like, just because you don't have a disease, then you think that it's like if you had cancer right now, are you telling me that you'd rather die of cancer rather than have a cure for it?
Yeah. I've actually got do not resuscitate, do not. I've put all those things in place because ultimately I do believe that the thing that we came from, nature, is the highest.
So wait, if you cut your hand, then I'm assuming you're not going to wash it because that's not natural. We're
But it
not
is
going to wash it
natural.
with soap. The soap is not natural.
Isn't it?
No, you're not going to disinfect it, right? Natural would be to
There's
get the
heaps
infection.
of herbs and things. People have been using herbs and things to disinfect.
But
their
that doesn't
wounds
mean
and
that it's
things.
natural, is it?
Of course
Or
it
what do you
does. It
define
grows
natural?
naturally.
Wait, do you define only the ingredients or also the action as natural? What do you go by nature? Just ingredients or nature? Because if you just go by ingredients, then that's kind of a weird thing. But if you go also by actions, then it becomes an even weirder thing. So I need to.
No, I think that's just the road you're trying to take me down. You know,
I'm just trying to understand your perspective.
Herbs are there. They actually say that for every disease, the cure was like a meter away in a natural landscape,
But that's not true.
isn't it?
No, there's no cure for cancer a meter away from you. There's no cure for Alzheimer's a meter away from you. There's no cure for multiple sclerosis a meter away from you. Do you think there's any cure out there in nature that will cure MS?
I'm not so sure that these things haven't developed over time, and I'm talking generally in herbalism. That's what they found, that in nature, when it's growing naturally itself.
Do you also don't trust vaccines?
We're getting into a moral ground where you and I will never agree on a lot.
I'm just trying to understand, because it feels like you're picking and choosing from science what you like, to choose the lifestyle that you want to live.
But
Yet-
you're also doing that.
Well, no, because I actually trust all of science. That's the only difference, right? I trust that since there is no empirical evidence.
So how come when I go into Google, if I look up something with scientific background, I can find all this scientific data that will say this is correct, and then you look up the opposite and you find all the data to say this isn't correct? It depends who's
I don't know
funding
what
the
exactly what it
science.
is that you're searching, but if you're searching for anything like, for example, nutritional wise, yeah, I mean, nutrition science is not the most established science out there, is there? Because studies on nutritional science are incredibly difficult to do on people, right? People don't actually just want to follow certain diets. You can imagine that a study done for nutritional science is incredibly difficult. But there are certain out there that are done, and that are done really well, and those are the ones that should prove the point. Not somebody doing observational studies necessarily, although those have their own value there. Not like, you need to understand, you need to know how
I'm
to
so
shift
fed
the
up with
data.
science of hearing, oh, well, that was the science then, but now it's changed. You know, this has
It
happened
never
for
changes,
centuries.
it adapts. That's the whole point of science, to adapt. The whole point of science is to describe a world, and the world is changing, and we're adapting to it. We are adapting the science to it. So you don't believe planes fly?
So the science that was here
So why do you believe planes
no
fly?
longer, huh?
Why do you believe planes fly? You flew here. You trust science to that plane will fly. Why?
I don't know.
If you look it up on Google, there's articles that will say planes shouldn't fly. There you go. Yet you trusted that planes can fly. Why is that? I just feel like, again, you're picking and choosing from science whatever you want to suit your narrative. And I'm just saying, when there's and I don't really
think
care what you do
everyone
in your
does.
day-to-day life. Far be it from me to judge you if you do that. But when it comes to victims, like innocent animals, I think you should definitely reconsider and look more into it, because it's not fair towards any innocent animal being exploited or slaughtered on your behalf, that they have to go through this because you just flat out refuse to accept the actual scientific consensus.
I don't flat out to refuse it.
Well, you seem to believe that we need animal
I'm
products.
just
and we
not
don't.
going to take your
Oh, fair enough.
opinion on that. So that's why I said,
As-
well, maybe I need to look into that more, but I'm not just going to accept what you say
Fair
any
enough,
more
fair
than I
enough.
would anybody else.
Fair enough. Okay.
But
That's
so
I actually appreciate that. I actually
thank
appreciate
you.
that a lot.
Thank you for
I actually
bringing
appreciate
this
that a
to
lot.
me
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then let me put it this way. Since I brought this up to you, right? Until you look into it and you find a definitive statement, don't you think that then you have a moral imperative to not exploit any more animals?
You're not going to lock me down on that today
I'm
until
just
I
trying
have
to find
done
the
it.
logical explanation. If you care about animals and somebody's telling you that you might be exploiting and slaughtering animals for something that is essentially optional to you, then you could right now go onto Google, sit on a bench, and try to look up as much as you can. Spend
I wouldn't
3
go to
hours
Google
do
for
that.
starters, but yeah,
But if
okay.
you don't want to do that, then don't you think that it's only important that you maintain your status of saying that I care about animals simply by not paying for their exploitation, abuse, or slaughter for something that could be optional for you? If somebody were to tell me that me walking on ground would imply killing certain people, then I would have to look that up before I go on walking.
And that's
ground.
exactly what I'm going to do. So thank you for your time.
Okay. Cheers. Have a good one. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to explain to people. I'm trying. Somebody's saying the video is fake. Why would the video be fake? She has something to think about for some days, that's for sure. Chip is so much more aggressive with women. Yeah, sure. And children than men. If you could ever get a girlfriend, he'd be hit for sure. Wow, you have not watched my videos, it seems like. Nah. I just have days, man. I just have days when I'm calmer and more receptive to people, when I connect easier with people, and days when I don't. It's as easy as that. We're all normal, at the end of the day. We're all people. We all connect or don't connect better with others. It's simple. Hey Chip, I'm in Amsterdam and I'm aiming to come and talk to you, said Good Gamer. Okay, please do. I hope you do. I have 1 more hour and a half left, so please do. We're not all normal, says Nick Branduk. I know. I felt like she really didn't like me questioning her choices. I noticed that. But I'm gonna question them. I'm not gonna just let them go like that, right? And yeah, of course, if you're not gonna trust established science, like honestly, to this day, it's 2025 to think that we need animal products to thrive. I'm sorry, but that's just a bit much for me. I'm sorry. That's just like you can acknowledge that we don't need it. And if you want to put a shrine to nature or something like that, far be it from me to judge you. Although I was trying to explain to her that an appeal to nature isn't necessarily a good one, and she shouldn't follow that. Honestly, appealing to nature is something that can be really detrimental for your life in general, because it's just going to make your life more difficult. We live in a world increasingly less natural. Accept it. It's nice. You know, not nature is not necessarily always better. I'm sure a lot of you, if you go to the gym, you take creatine. That's not natural at all, is it? It's synthesized. Alexandra, Chip is saving my lunch break today. I just saw one of the most terrible things anyone could ever do to an animal. Oh my God, Alexandra, I'm sorry. So I'll just make a vegan rap and listen to Chip fighting for them. Oh my God, Alexandra, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so curious what it is that you saw, but maybe you don't. Actually, you know what? It would be nice to share in the chat if you want to share what happens. Show me the proof that you can digest. Oh my God, I'm not going into this. So one interesting thing is that soy boy. Somebody else said. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this mood. Let's get into it. Maybe we get some people. You can't show proof of what? Listen, everybody, like, I'm gonna tell you because there's a lot of recurring people here in this chat, and that's okay. And I'm just gonna tell you right here because I discussed it with the moderators, and you know, we're here to have productive conversations, right? We're not here to point fingers. We're not here to I don't know, to repeat arguments. We're here to have productive conversations about food systems, if you can consider it that way, because it seems like that's the only thing that we care about, that people care about. That's the only. You want to try a social experiment?
Sorry?
Do you want to try a social experiment?
Okay, but I don't speak English very well.
We can try if you want. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
Can you come a bit closer to the camera? What's your name?
Manuel.
Manuel.
Manuel, and
Nice
you?
to meet you. Where are you from? I'm
Italy.
Chip. I'm Chip. So Manuel, how do you feel about animals?
I love that.
You love them?
Yeah.
Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
For the dishonesty,
No, as in, do you think animals should be slaughtered or exploited?
explored,
Do you think they should be exploited?
exploited, yes.
Exploited means using them against their will.
I have a dog.
You have a dog, yeah.
Yes.
But would you, let's say, forcefully impregnate that dog?
Asiatic,
Say it again.
yeah.
I don't think we can understand each
sorry.
other. I'm
I'm
sorry. The
sorry,
language
bro.
barrier is just too
Because
much. It's okay.
I love the dishonesty.
Yeah. Well, if you're not vegan, you can't say that you love animals, can you?
Okay.
Are you
thank
vegan?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you or aren't you?
I am.
You are vegan?
Vegan.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think he was vegan. I don't know. I don't like. Honest to God, this is the most annoying part, and I can't have conversations. That's all I want. Hey, you guys want to try a conversation with me?
Yeah.
You okay? Yeah. Did you hear any of the conversation I have with the other guy?
No, man.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Panagiotis. I'm from Greece. Panagiotis.
Panayotis.
Panagiotis.
Panayotis. Are you
Yeah.
okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Ah, hi. Hi, guys.
So Panayotis, tell me, how do you feel about animals?
I love animals, especially dogs.
Especially dogs.
Yeah.
Love it. Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
What is the moral conspiracy?
As in, they deserve to not have their right to body autonomy stripped away from them, let's say.
No, of course not.
No.
They fully have the right to have their body autonomy.
Okay, okay. Do you extend that to all animals or just dogs?
No, all animals, but I'm not vegan.
You're not vegan.
No, I'm not vegan.
So how do you extend that to all animals then?
Because we need to feed also. We are animals too, man.
But we don't need to eat animals, do we?
Why not? It's from the ancient times. We eat animals from the ancient times. But
Does that matter?
I think it is important for our body to have all the nutrition, so the protein coming from the meat of the animals.
Can't you get protein and all the nutrients that you need from plants?
I am not sure. I don't know.
Oh, well, what if you found out that you could? I'm actually a certified nutritionist and you can. But like, let's say if you found out that you can take everything that you need from plants and plant-based products.
Maybe, but I like meat, man. I'm sorry.
So does
I
your
don't
liking
like.
of
I
meat-
have seen YouTube videos about the slaughterhouses. How does the people do what people do to animals in the slaughterhouses? But I think that if you have a farm, for example, and you have your own animals, treat them with good food, food from nature, give love to them, and
Is she your girlfriend?
that's my wife.
Your wife. Do you love her?
What?
Do you give love to her?
Yes, of course.
Would you kill her
No.
to eat her?
No.
Why not? She's made of meat.
Difficult question, man. Difficult question.
Why do you think that your wife deserves more consideration than an animal? Why do you think that if you love an animal, you can kill them? Why is that?
Difficult question. I don't know. I think it's in the culture of the humankind to eat any food that he can eat, especially meat. If you cook it well, doesn't matter.
But
It
do you think
matters.
do you think culturally there were things that at some point we changed because we found them to be horrible? Like, I don't know, it was cultural for women to not have rights for a long time. In fact, throughout our whole human history, most of the time women didn't have rights.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Does that mean we should have continued that way because it was cultural?
No, of course not. Of
No,
course not.
because it was wrong.
Yes.
There were also slavery. A lot of our portion of our humanity was filled with slavery.
Yes.
Does that mean slavery was moral?
No.
So just because we've been eating animals for a long time and knowing that nowadays we have science saying that we don't need to consume animal products,
Okay.
why exactly do you think that it's okay to do this to them now?
And you're doing difficult questions because I know that you have the right to have your opinion, and every vegan should have their opinion. It's their right, but I think people have the right to do what they think is best for them. And if someone loves to eat meat, he can eat meat. If someone is vegan and likes to be vegan, it's his right to be
But
vegan.
do you apply that logic to every other injustice? Like if somebody wants to rape children, should they be allowed to?
No, there are some rules and some.
Why not? Why is it wrong to rape children but okay to rape animals?
No, you don't rape animals.
Do you think that animals in animal agriculture get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers decide for them?
The government should make something to do to change this culture about how do they feed the animals to have more, meat, or do not feed them well with nature products. They give them food to have more hormones or something like this.
But how do you think cows multiply in animal agriculture?
Excuse me?
How do you think cows multiply in animal agriculture?
I don't understand the question. I'm
How
sorry.
do you think cows reproduce in animal agriculture?
Culture?
How do cows
Cows?
reproduce?
How cows reproduce? It depends if they are in a farm or if they are in a, how can I say it, in a factory. Usually the human consumption about the meat of the animals is coming from the slaughterhouses or from big farms that are like factories.
So in any farm that you can imagine, do you think cows get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers decide for them?
I think farmers decide for them.
And if we decided for a human being when they should get pregnant, how would we call it?
Not right.
Not right.
Not right.
Yeah. What they do is they put their hands in their anus, they hold their cervix, and they inject bull semen in their vagina.
I think I have seen some news about this, or I think I have seen animals that are in extinction, that they force them to have sex in order to reproduce and stop the extinction of the animals.
Yeah.
Um,
But let's say maybe you have a interest for the survival of that species or for that individuals, right? Whereas when you do this for food or food products, your interest is only for yourself, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But
So-
it's because, it's- let's say about cows. We have millions of cows everywhere. They will not extinct. And yeah, there are wrong ways that people are doing things to animals, but
Why? What's a wrong way to kill a cow?
why is wrong to kill a cow?
Or how? Why or
How? Um, so the overproduction, overpopulation, overproduction of anything.
One single cow.
One single cow. Yeah, why not?
Is it wrong to kill one single cow?
No, I
Is
don't.
it
think
wrong
so.
to kill one single dog for the same reason?
You know, in some countries they eat dogs.
According to your values, is it
According
wrong?
to my values. Um, according to my values. Well, in
Would
Greece,
you pay for dogs to be killed
no, no,
so that you get meat?
no. But in some countries they do it, man.
But why do you give different considerations to cows versus dogs? Why is it that you think that if they're born a dog, they deserve to not be killed for something that is optional to you, and if they're a cow, they should be killed? You don't really consider them.
Because dogs and cats are animals that are caring animals with living with dogs, but you can't have a cow in your apartment.
So because they're big, you think should we judge them because of their size or because of how they
no,
look like?
No, of course not. But
So what's the judgment call that says it's okay to kill a cow but not a dog?
it depends from the country, man. I think.
But according to your values.
According to my values, I don't think that we should eat dogs or cats. But if
Why?
it is in our instinct, I think.
It's not in our instinct to eat. If you're saying it's our instinct to eat meat, I would maybe give you that, but it's not in our instinct to eat the meat of certain animals. We only eat certain animals because somebody told us it's okay. But what do you think? It's okay really to do this to these animals because someone said it's okay to do so?
No, I don't think that I follow this mindset. I follow the mindset of, have a good meat, a good I don't know, the food that you eat, it should be natural, and not in a big factory of animals with hormones. And I think that the food that comes from animals.
What's a
that
factory farm to you?
a factory farm, to me, it is something that was created by human beings in order to cover all the overpopulation needs. I
Or
think.
wants?
Or one, yeah.
But when does a farm become a factory farm? Like how many animals?
I can't have an answer about this because I don't have a farm.
So
I'm
then
sorry.
how would you know if you're buying from a factory farm which you're against?
You don't know that.
So then you might be paying for something that you're against.
Maybe
For
man.
something you don't need.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what's your point. I understand.
Well,
what
my point is not even this one. All I'm trying to show you is kind of the contradictions in your values, because on one hand you say you value animals, on the other you say, well, these animals, I can kill them for optional products. On one hand you say, well, dogs shouldn't be killed for food, but on the other hand you acknowledge that it is cultural that dogs are killed for food in certain countries. So you
Yeah.
acknowledge that there's no logical reason behind killing or not killing dogs. Yet when it comes to cow, you say it is logical somehow. Is it logical for cows? Is it logical for dogs? I think we just arbitrarily pick the animals that we want to kill, the animals we want to like, and everybody
Yeah.
went along with it. But do you think it's fair to those animals?
The death is not fair for anyone, man. I think, but
So if you can choose otherwise, why not choose otherwise?
because in my opinion and in my preferences, I like to eat meat. It's in my preference.
But what about the victims? Speak about them. Do you like that cows are exploited and slaughtered for you? Do you like that they're forcefully inseminated? That they're raped, basically?
I think some people, including me, I won't lie. I think most people close their eyes and
Yeah.
just.
I appreciate your
so
honesty, by the way. Yeah.
They see the outcome. They don't think the procedure that comes before you have the meat on your plate.
But don't you think you should think?
Man, people have so many problems to think about why these animals are being killed, and they just want to feed themselves. If you
So then
if
if
you
you
take
don't-
if you take I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you take an animal, a cow, in a village in Africa and you feed the people, is it right?
No.
Why?
But even if you, because why is the life of an animal worth less than the life of a human? But let me ask you this: if you think that you don't have the time to look into it, right? And you think it's wrong to do this to animals, why not just not pay for it then? It's easy. It's the easiest way. You don't have to look into it. You know that there's a high chance of there's a high probability that you will be exploiting or slaughtering that it will go against your values. So then the only logical thing would be for you to not pay for it then, right?
Difficult question, man.
I mean, all of these is difficult is because you were really trying to find a way to make it work. But you know that
Yeah.
logically there's no way to make it work.
Yeah, it's everybody has his opinion. Okay, my opinion is that you should treat animals like you should treat dogs, you should treat people, but in the time of need, and especially in countries that even if they have culture, or in Africa, for example.
But are you in the time of need?
Yeah, man.
Are you in the time of need, really? Are you gonna starve if you're not gonna? You're gonna go to restaurants. You're here in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah.
So for you, you don't even have to think extra. You're gonna
Yeah.
look at the menu and you can choose a plant-based option without even thinking.
Plant-based option, the flavor or the nutrition that you get from it.
Let's say nutritionally you get exactly the same or similar, good enough for you that you get healthy.
I don't have an honest opinion about this because I'm not a vegan, and also I have not have looked into this matter very much in order to give you a certain answer to cover my opinion clearly to you. But whatever you do it with a way that because if you kill an animal, for example, with a terrible way, the stress that the animal takes, it recreates hormones that it comes to the human body.
So it's not bad for the animal; it's bad for you.
Oh no, it's bad for the animal too. I think that the way that the slaughterhouses work, it's terrible, and I think the governments should try to find another solution to give the animals natural food, which will come to your plate.
But how does that morally justify killing them for something you don't need still? You give them natural food, you kill them with a knife to the throat on your farm? Does that make it
I
okay?
think there are another ways to do it. I'm
Like
not
what?
Sure. I think I had read a survey about this, that even with an injection.
And so you think stress will go to the meat, but injection won't?
Man, I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but
I'm just trying to understand, because you seem to think that these animals dying peacefully. They don't.
They
actually,
don't.
they struggle. They fight not to die.
Yeah.
And even if you were to kill them with an injection, if somebody killed your wife with an injection, would you find that okay?
no. Man.
But wait, they're gonna eat them afterwards. You're gonna eat her afterwards.
Fuck
Does
no.
that make it okay?
Fuck no.
So why do we think that then, from the perspective of the animal, it's okay? You know, like I know we don't really see the horrific that they're going through, but from their perspective, they want to live just as much as your wife does, just as much as you do. And from their perspective, they form connections just like you do with your wife. Why is it then okay to just rip all of that apart for something you don't need?
Food for thought, man.
Food for thought?
Food for thought.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you
just
very
gonna
much
give
for
you a
your
high
time.
five, but I'll give you a card. Please look into it and stop explaining animals. We don't have time for this shit. You know, we live in a world where, as you said, there's horrible shit happening.
Yeah.
This is an easy thing you can do. This is easy. You just gotta switch from this to this. It's easy for you.
Okay.
Let's at least clear this one up, okay? Dominion or the most important speech you'll ever hear. Promise me you'll watch one of these two.
Thank you, man.
Okay?
I will do it.
Okay, you just gotta scan this QR code.
Thank you very much. Thank
Have
you for
a
your
good
time.
one. Yeah. Cheers. I really am just trying to make the question and bring them back to them, right? I really am just trying to show them that their logic isn't consistent. I really am not actually. I'm really not actually trying to catch anybody else. I'm not trying to make anybody look good or bad. I really am just trying to show them that their logic is flawed. That's it. What about breast milk? You wouldn't be here without it. Well, breast milk was gotten with consent. Breast milk is gotten with consent. If you get an animal to consent from you getting their milk, from you I don't know, because I don't think any animal would consent to being forcefully inseminated. But consent does matter, yeah. Hey DLTN, nice to see you here. Well, of course we'll keep fighting for this. I'm actually gonna switch on this side now, so let's see, maybe people coming from this side will see me. I've already tanned on my one side, so yeah. You're talking about the Holocaust. I'm not talking about the Holocaust, although it is a Holocaust, yeah. You wanna try a social experiment? Okay. You guys wanna try it? Just ask you some questions, that's it. Where is chill nice chip today? I mean, I'm chill. I'm pretty chill actually. I'm not. I guess I have days when I really want to hold people accountable. Today's one of those days, I guess. You know. You guys want to try a social experiment? Yeah, I'm pretty chill, Andon. Yeah. I like this version of Chip better. Yeah. Well, you know, we're complex people, you know. We hold people accountable. We try to do the best thing that we can, right, at the end of the day. And I don't think I've been not nice to anybody. I've just been really returning everything that they said to them. That's it. That's what we were trying here to do. And by the way, this is me normally. This is my personality normally. Normally, I challenge people. That's why probably I don't have a lot of friends because they don't like to be challenged. It's nice to try different ways. You are improving a lot, so you know better. I mean, to be honest, that's just yeah. Went back to the Rick hat today. Yes, today, yesterday also. What's on the sign? The sign says, "I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me." But as I said, yeah, this is pretty much who I am. Hey, James, nice to see you here.
Which way was it? Straight?
Yeah, I think like if any of you in the chat are in disagreement with the fact that we need animal products to thrive, then I urge you to look into it. I cannot possibly show you the sources right now, but I'm sure any of the vegans in the chat can provide you with sources for this. You guys want to try a social experiment? I might just move on the other side so that I tan on the other side. I love you, Chip. You're so hot, says Chance. Thank you. I actually had a therapy session today, and I was just saying that I don't think I am that much. But thank you. So just having conversations about anything. No, actually, I'm here to defend animals, particularly. I'm here to speak on the behalf of the innocent animals that are exploited and slaughtered for us every day. And I'm trying to really show people that there are mistakes in their thinking, because you know what, when it comes down to it, a lot of the times it's just convenience, habit, and what? Because taste. I don't believe in taste. I don't believe taste is a good enough justification, and I don't believe any of the people that I've been talked to actually think that it is. Want to try a social experiment? On YouTube. Yeah, I might just move on the other side, as I said. Okay, I'll give it a little bit more time. Let's see what happens. I think, as I was saying about taste, I think when people bring up taste, it's just another way of saying habit, to be honest. I don't think a lot of people really like the taste of meat that much, because meat doesn't really have that much of a taste in reality. And even if you like it that much, what is it? I think the only meat that has some form of taste is red meat, and it's because of the high amounts of iron. I'm pretty sure you can replicate it pretty closely, but most of the times people just, you know, they either appeal to nature, like this guy and the other woman was before, but at the end of the day, it is just about a habit for everybody. It's a habit, you know. I'm like, yeah, but that's because when people say taste, they don't actually mean, well, I like the taste so much that I can justify anything for it. No, they just mean like, you know, that's what I'm used to. That's the flavor that I'm used to, because for most of us food isn't nutrition, is it? For most of us food is taste. And when you say the taste, you literally just mean, well, that's kind of what I'm used to it. So, yeah. But that's not really a good enough excuse, is it? It's not. And I'm not saying that you should be searching for better excuses. What I'm trying to say is that there is no actually good enough excuse to exploit and slaughter innocent animals. But it is pretty beautiful here in Amsterdam, isn't it? Look at this. Right? Look at this canal. It's quite nice. Just gonna be holding this like this. Let's see if somebody comes. I'm holding it like this. Just so that I don't get sun only on one side. It's a beautiful town, I'll give you that. Yeah. I don't even know if I would call it a town. I maybe call it a city, although, yeah. USA is better. No, it isn't. I'm sorry, I've been to USA. No shade. There's a lot of cities in USA that I like. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Hello.
Hi. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Jaden.
Jaden. Where are you from, Jaden?
Singapore.
Singapore. Love it. So, Jaden, what do you think about animals?
Nice. They're cute.
They're cute? They're cute. Love it. Do you think animals deserve to be considered morally? That means, like, do you think that animals deserve to have their rights respected?
Yeah.
Right?
Depends on what animal.
Depends on what animal.
Honestly, yeah.
Why? Why do some animals deserve it and not other animals?
Cause like Chinese there's Chinese beliefs, so like we believe some animals are like they did something wrong in their past life or something like that.
Animals deserve.
So like, yeah.
You mean like the whole species?
Yeah,
Okay. What animals are those?
like snakes.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like predators.
Not necessarily, but like
What about cows?
I mean, yeah, cows didn't do anything wrong.
They didn't do anything wrong. So we shouldn't be killing cows.
Depends if the cow is suffering, yeah. But like if the cow isn't suffering, then no.
Yeah, exactly. So what you mean, like a mercy kill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. But like, do you think that in animal agriculture, where we use cows for milk, for meat, and all this stuff, do you
I think milking the cow is fine, lah.
But do you know why they produce milk in the first place?
Actually, I have no idea. I never learned into that yet.
So they produce milk because they have babies. They're
Yeah,
mammals,
true, yeah.
just like us. So do you think that they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers get them pregnant?
Farmers get them pregnant. How does a cow get itself pregnant? Like,
Yeah. Well, they can, right? Like just like how humans get pregnant.
yeah,
at the
but
end of
like-
the day. Yeah. So if farmers get them pregnant, don't you think that's wrong in the first place, actually?
It's kind of wrong, lah. Yeah, true. But like, if like farmers don't get them pregnant, it's really hard. The species will kind of die out. Like, cause like in the wild there's like lesser babies, so like the species will like it depends, lah. Cause like
Then what will happen to the baby?
But with the species we create, the species we specifically created so that we can exploit and kill them. Do you think that's okay?
what's it?
So the species we specifically created so that we use them for our products and then we kill them.
Well, like if we don't eat something, what are we gonna eat? Like,
We can eat plants and plant-based. We don't need to eat
True.
animals, right?
true.
But plants are living things.
But plants are not conscious, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, animals are conscious, you know. Just like you're having an experience right now as you're seeing the world, you're interacting with me. Animals do that too, you know. They interact with each other and they experience the world.
True.
That's why it would be wrong to harm them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So then do you think that then for something that is not actually needed for us, like animal products, don't you think that then it's wrong for us to
Yeah,
kill
kind of.
them?
Yeah.
So then shouldn't it be wrong to consume animal products?
Yeah, true.
True. Have you ever considered going vegan?
Not yet.
Not yet. But do you know what a vegan is?
Yeah. Maybe next time.
What is a vegan?
Like they don't eat meat. Like they only eat like plants. And then like they don't eat eggs.
Yeah. So being vegan literally means we respect animals, and as a consequence, of course, we're not gonna eat their flesh or
Yeah.
something, right? Because if you say you respect your sister, are you gonna kill her and eat her?
No.
No, because you respect her. Yeah. So in that way, that's how we show respect to other animals also, by leaving them alone in essence, right?
Yeah, true.
Do you think that it's important that at some point you consider this?
maybe like when I'm older. Not now though.
Why not now?
Cause like if I don't eat meat, then like my parents are still gonna eat it. So like, or how do I like if they cook like meat? What am I gonna eat? Like just the vegetables.
But what if your parents start eating dogs?
We don't eat dogs.
But what if they start eating dogs?
That's never gonna
Yeah, we don't eat dogs.
But you wouldn't eat it, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, so you could say no to your parents.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not gonna press you any further. So watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
That's it. You just gotta scan that QR
Okay.
code. Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Let me say bye to the camera. Bye bye.
Nice kid, yeah. Who was racist? Gask. What do you mean? So funny. You wanna try a social experiment? Don't talk to kids. Their mom was right over here. Oh, I am racist. Why? Because I talked to a child? Why am I racist? Wow. Hey, whatever happened in therapy is there right now. You are Chip, the hero who saved hundreds of animals. Thank you. Already a hero to us, so go easy on yourself. Yeah, I'm trying. Leave kids. What do you mean? The kids wanted to speak to me. What the hell? You know, these people that in the chat that are like, don't talk to children. What do you mean? Their parents were there. I talked to them nicely. You were live seeing that I just talked to them. I talked to them about their experience. What do you mean we shouldn't be talking to kids? What the hell is that? That's insane. That's insane. That's an insane statement to say. I agree that you shouldn't be going out of your way to talk to kids, to strange kids. But if a kid comes to you and asks you a question, are you just going to be like, no, don't talk to children? What? That's insane. You need to consider children also, man. They can think, believe it or not. Okay, I'm going to do it the same way. Want to try a social experiment? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Ik spreek Nederlands.
Nee, alleen Engels.
Oh, my English is not a high level.
That's okay, you can try if you want.
Yeah.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah?
What's your name?
Jenny.
Yenny, nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah,
Chip,
yeah.
Yenny. So Yenny, let me ask you, how do you feel about animals?
Animals are nice creatures, but they must live in liberty.
Yeah, they must live in liberty. I
not,
love that.
Not in a house.
Exactly.
They have not. They have sort of behavior. They must become free, and they are too. Zeg je dat? Frustrated with human beings, with a small space,
Yeah.
not good food.
Yeah.
They don't understand their behavior. They have other language, animals.
They communicate with each
Yeah,
other. Exactly.
yeah.
They're just like us in all the ways that matter, right?
Yeah.
So then do you think that then it's wrong to exploit or slaughter them?
On this scale, it is not okay. They suffer. The animals suffer.
But even on a smaller scale, like, do you think there's any reason for us to exploit or slaughter one single animal?
Now, in the old time, they go hunting, to catch the meat.
Yeah.
Then the animals were in liberty, and that is for me a different feeling.
But nowadays we don't need any of it, right? Nowadays we can thrive on a plant-based diet. We don't need animal products at all. We go into a supermarket, we pick a plant-based product, right?
Yeah, it's
And
not necessary,
it's
and
not
it is
necessary.
also a lot of negative. It's not okay. It costs a lot of food.
Yeah.
And it makes not good.
Yeah, for the
air.
environment. Yeah, and
Yeah, for the
everything. Yeah.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if we consider also their perspective, the perspective of the animals, the victims, right? That
Yeah.
you said they should be free. Do you think they're free on a farm, regardless of that farm?
Nee, they are not free on a farm.
Right. So if we pay a farmer to get
Yeah.
animal products, we are paying to keep an animal not
yeah,
free when we
yeah,
don't need to,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but the big boys don't make a solution. They only want to earn money.
Have you ever considered going vegan and not participating
Nee,
in any of this?
I eat not so a lot of meat. It's so very small.
But
I'm not.
even cheese, you know, because cheese, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's also from an animal.
Yeah, and yeah, these are the cows for cheese. You know, they have to be pregnant to produce
Yeah,
milk.
yeah. And every year they must
Yeah.
give a birth. Yes.
So do you think it's okay to forcefully impregnate them every year so that they give
Nee,
milk?
that is not nice.
But that's what they do on all farms.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, and also the chicken must lay the eggs. Eh?
Yeah.
And when they are not lay the eggs, they are slaughtered. Eh? Yeah.
So we can choose otherwise,
Yeah,
right?
we can live vegan.
So
That's
do you think-
possible.
yeah.
We have a lot
Thank you.
of plants.
I
And
appreciate you saying that. So then do you think that, is there any reason for you to continue exploiting even one single animal, or do you think it's important that you go vegan from now on?
now I think when the big a lot of people choose for vegan, the farmers must make another choice to make food for the men in the city.
Exactly.
They-
But we have alternatives right now, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you live in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I live in Amsterdam.
Yeah, so if you go to Alberheim or any other store,
Yeah,
you
that
have
is-
so many choices,
It
right?
is possible, yes.
So then
but-
do you see it as important than to never buy an animal product again?
Yeah, nee, that is that
You
is.
have a little bug on your shirt.
Oh. Dat is een kever.
Yeah, they also just want to be free, huh?
Yeah. I understand your point. When we
Yeah.
are in a group, say no, it's possible
Yeah.
to make a better world for the animals.
Yeah, but we also as individuals, because reality is we live in a world nowadays where we're not really grouping to do things together anymore.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not really fighting for things anymore.
Yeah,
And we as individuals can already fight ourselves. Like
Yeah.
you can, like I can't. But I'm vegan, and I say it's wrong what we do to animals, and I became vegan because I thought it was
Yeah,
wrong what
yeah,
we do to
yeah,
animals,
yeah.
You know. And if you think it's wrong what we do to animals, then you should
yeah.
also be vegan because
There are
it's only
a
logical.
lot of more people live vegan.
Yeah.
In the early days, in the 50 and the 60 years, there were no the people don't live vegan.
But nowadays it's so easy.
But
That's the
now
whole
it's
thing.
more available for a lot of people.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, yeah,
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
I'll,
no.
I'll ask you one final question. How many more animals should be exploited for you until you go vegan?
Do nog once time the
Yeah, sure.
question.
How many more animals should be exploited for you until you go vegan?
Nou ja, better is zero.
Zero.
Nul.
I appreciate you.
Okay, have
If you want,
good-
if you want to watch something that you'll enjoy,
I
so you
can-
have my social media
Yeah,
here.
I can see it.
You can
yeah.
just scan this QR code and watch
Yes,
this. The most
I
important
understand.
speech.
Now,
Okay.
thank you and good luck with your mission. Eh?
Thank you so
Very
much. Yes.
important, eh?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, yeah?
Have a good one. Yes. What a nice lady. Oh my God. It's just a pleasure to see people like that. Are you part of We the Free? Yes, I am. I also work for We the Free, yeah. It's just so nice to see people who care. It's so nice. I just. This is what I want, you know, everybody. If you're just tuning in and you're watching this, we just had a conversation with a nice old lady. I wanted to get her to come more in front of a camera, but she had a little bit of a difficulty walking. So I didn't want to force her too much. And then I had a conversation with her, and she did say that all animals should be free, and I appreciated that. I love it when people say stuff like that, because that's true. All animals should be free. There's no reason why we should keep any of the animals captive, exploited, slaughtered, any of it. It's awful. It's just awful. We don't need to do any of this. We don't. We can thrive on a plant-based diet. We can. We don't need to do it for clothes. We can wear anything else. Where in the Netherlands, ask somebody. I'm in Amsterdam. So yeah, let's go vegan. Let's stop it with these excuses, shouldn't we? We should stop with the excuses and just go vegan already. That's easy. You know. Hi. You guys want to try the social experiment?
Yes.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. What are your names?
Sam.
Sam? And?
Valentine.
Valentine. Okay, so what do you guys think about animals?
I like animals
You like animals?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you like animals?
because, I don't know really, but they need to exist.
They need to exist. Okay. Do you think it would be fair to exploit or kill animals?
No, but it depends on what you use it for.
Okay. What if let's put it this way. I take a dog,
Yes?
I cut their throat,
Yes?
and then I hang them upside down and I use them as a punching bag. Is that okay?
No.
Why not?
Because you can make punching bags out of other materials?
Just because we have alternatives.
Yes.
Okay, what if I do the same thing to a cow and for food?
Yes. Me personally, I eat meat, but
But don't you think it's the same? Because we have alternatives also for that, right?
yes, but it's like less tasty.
It's less tasty, the alternatives. What if I say that the punching bag is better if I use the dog? It's better. It's better for my fists.
Like,
It has a better feel to it.
but
think
you can.
If you use it for boxing, it's like a hobby, and if you use it for food, you use it like to survive.
Yes.
But you can survive without doing this to them. You can survive by eating plants. So why not survive by eating plants and plant-based products?
Because you like meat more than.
So there you go. That's the differentiator. Is your liking of it. So that's the same thing for me. I like using that. Isn't the hobby just something you like? So
no.
isn't this food very same? Isn't the same motivation because you like it?
Yes, could be.
Yeah.
But
So
you can eat like biological, and then it's like they get a good life before they die. But if you like use the punching bag, you just cut their throat and then they're dead.
oh no, I can give them a good life before that. 1 year old, because that's the age that cows are usually killed at. So I give them a good life for 1 year, and then I do that. Is that okay?
Yeah, still not, but it's also not good with the cows.
Yeah. But why do you think that would you eat dogs?
No.
Why not? It's for the same reason. It's for food, huh? For survival.
Yeah.
But why not?
I don't know.
I think it's more. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think the way I see it, somebody told you that we do this to cows because we've always been doing it, and we don't do it to dogs because it's wrong to do it to dogs. But if you think from their perspective, do you think from the perspective of a cow, is there any difference from their perspective versus the perspective of a dog? Do you think any of them want to die?
No. But
Do you think all of them dream? Do you think dogs dream?
Yes, could
Do
be.
you think cows dream?
Could be.
Yeah. So if cows dream, dogs dream. If cows feel, dogs feel. If they have a subjective experience of the world, just like we do, why wouldn't it be wrong to do the same thing to a cow like we do to a dog?
I don't know.
I'm just like, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to challenge your conceptions. Did you ever think about the reason behind this?
Not really.
Not really. But do you think that it's a good enough justification if you enjoy their meat? Like if I enjoy the taste of dog meat, do you think it's okay to kill dogs for me to eat them?
Yeah, if you want, it's not like illegal, but
No. But would you, if I were to do this, would you say, oh, that's okay? Or would you say that's kind of weird or messed up?
yeah,
I
yeah.
would say it's kind of weird because some people have like dogs as their like they really like dogs because they're like their huisdier.
Like
yeah,
pets.
like pets,
Like,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Because-
but I'm not talking about the dog that's a pet. I'm talking specifically about breeding a dog to kill them. Do you think it's okay to bring somebody to give them life for the sole purpose of killing them?
No.
No.
But that's what we do to animals, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you guys see the contradiction here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think you can thrive on a plant-based diet? That you can be just as healthy on a plant-based diet?
I can try.
You can try. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to do? Do you want to? What do you want to think about? How do you want to see animals going forward? Do you want to say, well, you were born a cow, you don't deserve a right to live, but you were born a dog, you deserve it, or do you want to give the same considerations to all animals?
The same.
The same. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for saying that. Let me just give you a card before you go, and maybe you can share it. Are you guys? Should I give you one card or two cards?
One card is fine.
One card is fine. Okay. Just watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. You'll enjoy it. Okay. Okay. Cheers. Have a good one.
Sure.
Cheers. I really don't want to push kids too much. I just want to have conversations with them. And I feel like the kid on the left already kind of understood the point. So, yeah. One card. Yeah, and everybody, if you're just joining in, I hope you're enjoying this kind of stuff. Huh? We're having conversations with people. It seems like if I put the card on my back or something on my side, if you feel blackmailed, then perhaps Chip hit a nerve. Did somebody here in this chat feeling blackmailed? That's a kind of insane thing to say, huh? And as I was saying before, by the way, I forgot to say it. If you're a regular here in this channel and you're just coming here for the excuses, just coming here to bring excuses, you know, and you're not engaging in discourse at all, man, I hate to say it, but you shouldn't be here. If you're just coming here for the excuses, no. We're here to have discourse. We're here to change minds. We're here to change the world for the better, for both us and the animals. Thank you. Your arms look so good. Thank you. Actually, let me apply some sunscreen meanwhile if I just took a break now. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna apply some sunscreen now. Might as well apply it just on this side since I'm sitting like this. I appreciate you if you help your algorithm. Why not have us helps your algorithm? I appreciate that, but you know what? I'm not doing this for the clout. I'm not doing this to get people to follow me on my channel or whatever. I'm not doing this so that more people all of a sudden watch me. I'm doing this so that people change minds, you know, in the end. That's what I want. I want people to stop exploiting innocent animals. I want people, like, look at this guy, Takumi Furukawa. He came into this chat saying he loves bacon. Why not? Have you ever considered what animals go through for that? Have you ever considered how pigs get slaughtered for that? They go into gas chambers. Is it really worth putting an innocent animal to a gas chamber? And I noticed another argument in the chat that keeps popping up about plants, you know? Even if you believe that plants are somehow do these intelligent things, they are intelligent indeed, but they're not sentient. But even if you do believe that plants are sentient, listen, we've been having this whole argument about plants for so long, and I'll explain it pretty simple. You know, yes, you might think that you have only two options, right? Eating plants or eating animals, right? Although you kind of, most people actually eat both, right? But the reality is, you know, when you're thinking that, well, if I'm not harming animals, I'm harming plants, so it's the same. First of all, it's not. Like, you can be honest with yourself and say, no, it's not. Walking on grass, cutting grass, like if you are gonna mow the lawn, it's not the same as cutting the heads of individuals. You know that, right? I mean, you would have to be completely disingenuous to say that mowing the grass is the same as cutting the heads of thousands of animals. It's not. It's just not. That grass grows back. It's just not the same. So no. Number one. Number two, even if you do believe that plants are sentient for some reason, right? Whatever. There's no scientific consensus about that. There's no evidence that they might be sentient. There's just this one guy who wrote a book at some point saying this thing, but it's been debunked by several biologists. So no, plants are not sentient. But even if you do believe that, just to come back to it, you know, that would mean that even you as a person would say, well then, surely I would want the least amount of plants, the least amount of animals, the least amount of harm to cause for my life, right? So then you would still have to be vegan, because when you're vegan, you're killing the least amount of plants, the least amount of animals, the least amount of everything, you know? If you can see it that way. Veganism is a moral stance against the exploitation of non-human animals, but you can also see it as the least amount of harm that you're causing. Because at the end of the day, all the animals that you are exploiting, that you are using for their flesh, for their milk, for whatever, they are fed considerably more plants than you would otherwise eat. So no. Oh, Neo says let's debate live. Neo, I keep telling you, man, contact me. Contact me on Instagram. I will set it up. But Neo, you do have to show your camera. I think from considering the last person who was on camera, on chat, considering that they said the most dumbest stuff, you can come and say dumb stuff, but you have to show your face if you're gonna say dumb stuff. Neo, only Insta. I mean, you can also contact me on Discord. My handle is Vegan Power Lab, but don't request a friend. If you're gonna request a friendship, I'm not gonna say yes. I've said so yesterday also. Contact me, send me a message, and I'll reply to the message. We need to leave only animals that eat grass. How about let everybody alone, don't exploit anybody, and try to live your life as free of exploitation as you possibly can? How about that? How about that? Just saying, why would that not be an option? Look at this cute dog, walking, barking, having a subjective experience. Imagine somebody in a parallel world, we could have just as easy picked dogs for the animals that we slaughter. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? So imagine, you see dogs, you see them have...
What's
Hi.
your social experiment?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel? Yes.
Sure.
What's your name?
Celia.
Celia, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Where are you from?
Originally from the United States, and I live here in Amsterdam now. And I have a cold, so
Love it, love
stand
it.
back.
Okay, perfect. So how do you feel about animals, Celia?
Animals?
Yeah.
I guess I like them.
You like them. Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
Relatively speaking.
What does that mean?
Well, perhaps there is a relative level of consideration offered to different types of animals.
Okay. Do you think we should consider animals at least that much that we don't take away their body autonomy for something we don't need?
Nope.
Nope, as in we should take away their body autonomy or no?
Relatively speaking, some animals, we need to eat them
Why do we need to eat them?
because we are omnivores.
But we can thrive on plant-based diets.
One could, but there are also inherently some issues there, but biologically we are omnivores.
So if we can thrive on a plant-based diet, how can we morally justify exploiting and slaughtering an innocent animal for that?
You sound like you have an agenda by using that language.
What do you think my agenda is?
Very pro-animal.
Yeah, so I have an agenda. I fight for animal rights. That's true. I'm an animal
That's
rights
fine.
activist.
You're
yeah.
welcome to have an agenda for animal rights. That's
Yeah.
perfectly appropriate.
Do you think
for you.
animals deserve the right to body autonomy?
I think you do.
Do you think so?
I've told you it's relative.
You think it's relative, but why exactly is it that a cow doesn't deserve body autonomy but a dog does? For the same reasons.
In not every society do dogs receive bodily autonomy,
your-
and in not
your
every
opinion.
in not every society do cows receive bodily autonomy.
But I'm assuming you think that dogs deserve body autonomy. You wouldn't take the body autonomy away from a dog for meat, would you? Does that mean yes or no?
It's relative.
So yes or no?
I'm not passing judgment.
So would you do it?
Me personally,
Yes.
eat a dog
Yes.
depends if it was already killed and cooked. I mean, I've been in places where I have eaten first and asked questions later.
So you go into a supermarket right now. You
I
have
would
all
never
the
buy a
options.
dog in a supermarket. That's sort of a preposterous scenario.
So then why is it that you would buy a cow but not a dog?
I buy cows rarely, but
Why?
I also like eating meat occasionally. When I was pregnant, I really kind of craved like meat.
So why didn't you eat dogs?
because at the time I was living in the United States and it's not socially acceptable in that culture.
Okay, but if it were socially acceptable, you would have eaten dogs.
If I was raised in a culture where it was socially acceptable to eat termites, I would eat termites.
Do you derive
If I was raised in a culture where it was socially acceptable to eat frogs, I would eat frogs. You know, I think it's relative and it has cultural significance.
Do you think culture should dictate morality?
No, but I also don't think there's absolute morality. I think everything is a shade of gray and it's all relative.
So if somebody were to take your life for optional products, would it be, how would you call that, moral or immoral?
For me, that would be a huge problem.
For you, that would be a huge problem. So why is it that you think that from the perspective of the animal, that would not be a huge problem for them?
Because I am not a cow.
No, but you can imagine the situation that they're in,
I can't
right?
imagine being a cow.
But you can't imagine the situation that there's somebody who has power over you and they choose to exploit and slaughter you?
I could, I guess, in some sort of dystopian novel written by someone, they harvest and slaughter people because that's the fodder of dystopian novels.
Well, it's not really, because you choose arbitrarily to one species deserves to live and one
I'm not choosing arbitrarily. I'm saying it's cultural and
So,
it's relative.
so you are taking your values from culture. So you are taking whether something is moral or not based on culture.
I think you're confusing relative with culture.
So I'm asking you, why is it okay to kill a cow but not a dog, from your point of view?
Because sometimes people eat cows.
But why is it that you think it's okay to kill a cow
Why
but
do you
not a
think
dog?
it's not okay to kill a cow?
Because they deserve moral consideration.
Okay.
Just like it's wrong to kill a human for the same reason, because they would feel it.
And lots of people get killed too for all kinds of wrong reasons.
But I don't pay for it, do you pay for cows directly to get killed for you?
Do I pay? I'm sorry. Do I pay for cows?
To get killed for you, yes.
If I buy a hamburger, I suppose
Yeah.
indirectly I
Yeah.
do. But you know, it's relative. I'm not.
What exactly is relative?
Existence is relative.
So from your point of view, is it? But from the point of view of the animal?
I'm not an animal.
But
that
you
gets
can
eaten,
imagine that situation, can't you?
But I don't want to.
So wait, let's put it this way. 200 years ago,
But
women
you
didn't have
you really
rights,
have
right?
you really
What if I
have an
was to say
agenda.
that
No,
I'm not a
listen,
woman? How can I
listen,
imagine what it is like to
listen,
not have rights?
Listen, you really have an agenda, and that's fine.
Yeah, to
You are
deserve
allowed
animal
to
rights,
be- you are
to fight for
allowed to
animal
be
rights.
Animal rights, and
But you don't think the animals deserve rights?
I didn't say that they deserve no rights.
No, you think it's relative. You think
I think
some
it's
animals
relative.
deserve rights, some don't. The
No,
sheer body
sometimes-
autonomy.
Sometimes animals have rights, and sometimes they don't. It's
And when they
relative.
don't, why is it that they don't? Because people
Because
like
some
you choose
people-
to
because
exploit
some
and slaughter
people-
them for
No,
something that is
no,
optional to you
I
because
don't-
it's convenient to you.
Yeah, well, and I'm really sorry that you're feeling so confrontational about
Oh
this.
my God, I hit the nail on the head, didn't I?
No, but if I want to eat a hamburger,
Yeah.
it's not.
What
a
if you want to eat a
huge
hamburger made
feeling.
of human meat?
Yeah, but you're once again confusing the situation.
I'm just trying to understand why exactly is the difference that you, again, because you haven't mentioned what exactly trait does a cow have that a dog doesn't have that makes it okay to kill them?
It's a domesticated animal,
Both are domesticated.
and in some cultures, people eat dogs.
But again, you, not some cultures. You seem to be wandering around it.
You know, because this is a very confrontational approach you're taking.
I mean, don't you think people who commit acts of violence towards others deserve to be confronted about it?
However, I don't think eating a hamburger is necessarily an act of violence for which someone should be
Do you think the animal,
confronted.
what does the animal think?
I don't know.
Do you think that the animal sees it as violent?
I don't eat a lot of hamburgers.
Is
but
it
if I want
violent
eat one-
to slash the throat of an animal?
You know, butchering an animal is a very viscerally disturbing process for some people.
So why
And
pay for it?
during, Well, no. When I lived in a rural area and we were going to have a goat for dinner, you have to stand on the goat and you have to butcher it. And it's not very pleasant, but having goat meat was part of the diet, and that's what we raised that goat for.
Having human meat is part of the diet,
No.
and that's what I raised
No,
this human
that's
for.
That's argumentative, and that's not true.
What's the difference? Why, if I raise a human being to eat them, why is that wrong?
I
Because
think
for
I
dogs,
think,
you can't seem
but
to
that's a
answer.
science fiction argument.
Okay, for dogs, there you go. For dogs,
It's a
why is
sci-
it wrong?
I think you're just creating arguments now for the point of being
No,
argumentative.
what you're seeing, what you're doing is that somebody told you it's okay to do this to cow, but not okay to do it to dogs.
If I
You
was-
you
and
don't
if
have
I
any
was
logical
Indian-
argument
But
behind
if I was
it.
Indian, where cows
But you don't
are
have any
respected-
logical argument behind it, do you?
And I don't think you have any logical argument behind
do.
your approach.
I do.
You're
All
just
animals
very
deserve moral
argumentative.
consideration.
All animals.
Yes.
Fleas, lice,
Yes.
leeches.
Yes.
Are you going to be a Sikh where you put a veil over your face and refuse to inhale a mosquito?
Well,
Would you
if I have
swat
to,
a mosquito?
But there's a difference,
Would you
isn't there?
swat a mosquito? It's relative. See, this is the
No,
fallacy.
because
of
you
your
don't need
argument.
to. I need to defend myself from some of the animals, but you don't need to defend yourself from cows. You don't exploit and slaughter cows because you need to. You do it because you want to. How is that moral?
I think
If I
it's
want
part
to
of the
take a dog,
culture.
if I
It's
want to
part
take
of
a
the
dog
culture.
and
It's
cut their
part of the
throat and leave
culture.
them hanging upside down, does that make it okay?
And in some places, they do that to cows.
And you think it's okay?
And that's the way the culture is.
And you think it's okay?
I was just in Morocco. They have cows hanging in the marketplace.
Yeah.
I don't think they are committing horrible acts of slaughter, to use your term.
They are towards those animals.
And that's your opinion.
So if I were to do the same to a dog, would you see it as a
That is
horrible
your
act of
opinion.
violence?
That is your opinion.
Well, I'm asking you.
I really hope you don't go around slaughtering dogs.
Well, I'm asking you. Why? Wait, why not? You think it's okay to slaughter cows? Why not
No,
slaughter dogs?
You don't want people to slaughter dogs.
I don't want people to slaughter any animal, but according to your own logic, it's
nice
okay
day.
to slaughter
I'm
animals.
going to keep going on my walk. This doesn't seem like a conversation that you're actually even willing to have. You just want to make your point.
What is my point?
Your point is all animals should have rights of some sort.
A moral consideration, body autonomy. That's it. The
Bodily
basic autonomy.
You think
Yeah.
all animals should have bodily autonomy, and I
Yeah.
respect
And
that
you don't think
want to
so.
fight about that.
And you don't think so?
I don't want to spend a beautiful afternoon engaged in sort of a logical fallacy. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, do you think the animals, if it's a beautiful
I
afternoon,
think-
they
I
want to
think-
live?
No, but I think you might
So
need
why
to
cut their
focus on
throat then?
something else. You might need to focus on something else
Why?
because
You're not going to change. You're going to continue exploiting innocent animals.
no, I think you just might need a slightly different perspective or a slightly different
Yeah,
approach. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
And you know what? You can respect that maybe somebody occasionally eats a hamburger.
Well, I'm not going to respect that you think it's moral in any way. Yes, everybody. I was doing it intentionally to piss her off. Imagine that. Imagine the amazing, imagine the ridiculousness. Imagine like coming up with such words. It's relative. Wow. Class A Dodger right there, huh? Class A Dodger right over there. Hi, you want to try a social experiment?
I'm French.
Oh, you're French? So does that mean you don't want social experiments? What does that mean? Ask her if she wants to try a social experiment. She's French. Henry Zoom. Yeah, I wanted to trigger her, of course, because she said the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, I was intentionally trying to show her the errors in her arguments at first, and then she got triggered by it. She said that I have an agenda. Yes, animals deserve rights. Oh my God! How dare I? How dare I have this agenda? How dare I say that animals deserve body autonomy? Oh my God! Oh, look at that! Somebody says they're a vegan and I'm a bad person. Oh, please, Trenton. Please, contact me. Come on, debate me. Everybody, debate me. I love a debate. I love a good debate. I'm sure a lot of you want to debate me. And if you think I've got bad arguments, then you surely have absolutely no issue debating me. It should be basically like you coming online and humiliating a person, right? Why not? I'm asking for it at the end of the day. So come on, debate me. Find me on my YouTube. My Instagram handle is realchipguy. Contact me there. That's it. Yeah, Ethan. Contact me. You want to debate me? Contact me. We'll set it up. I have no problem debating anybody. In fact, I'm looking forward for it. She has little to no empathy and is honest about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's something you should be proud of. I don't think that's something we should be encouraging. I don't think we should be encouraging this form of discrimination towards different different species of animals. Oh, look at that. You're born a different species, therefore you deserve to die. Well, different cultures. Wow. But not you, right? Like, she kept dodging. She kept saying about different cultures. But it's not about that. I was strictly asking about her views. Why is it in her views that it's wrong to exploit a dog, but okay to exploit a cow? It's pretty simple. Ethan said you DM'd me. Perfect, Ethan. When I get home, I'll look into it and schedule it. We might even do it today. You want to try a social experiment? Henry Zoom, if I ever ask for your opinion about myself, let me know. But so far I didn't. And so far I think, Henry Zoom, you are quite possibly breaking the rules of the chat, are you not? I think it's pretty clear that one of the rules in this chat is to attack the argument, not the person, is it not? There is no superior moral basis also. I don't know why everybody keeps thinking it. Like, this whole hierarchy of people, of species, of morality, there is no such thing. All I'm saying is that if you think it's wrong to exploit and slaughter a dog, why is it okay to do that to a cow? And if you think it's okay for a dog, then why is it okay for a dog but not a human? And if you think it's okay for a human, then, well, I'm sorry, I don't think I want to talk to you if you think it's okay to exploit and slaughter humans for optional products. Henry Zoom, listen, I think I've had so many conversations with you. You can contact me. I've been wanting to debate you for a while now, but you always run away. You never want to debate me. You always say, well, I don't have arguments. Well, if you don't, you've listened to all my arguments. Hell, you know all my arguments. I know none of your arguments, and I want to debate you. So you should have no issues beating me in a debate, right? You should have no issues. Come on, contact me. Let's debate, man. You guys want to try a social experiment? What about places that don't grow vegetables? How do they feed the animals then? Henry, I'm not going to debate you in the chat. Henry, contact me if you want to debate me live. Otherwise, in the chat, no, because you always just come up with the same sentences over and over. I've tried that once, remember? I tried it. It doesn't work. You're just not genuine in the chat. Live, you might be genuine, so that's why I want to contact you live. But that's it. I'm done engaging with you, Henry. I know who you are. I know you're just coming here to troll. I know you actually have no arguments. You see, just like now, I explained it to you. Contact me to do it live, and you said no. See, you're scared. You moved the goalpost. You changed the subject. No, thank you. No, I'm not interested in you. Yeah, look, even Hitachi says, grow some balls and talk to him. Come on. I have no problem. I don't run away from this kind of shit. Debate me. If you guys think I'm right, I'm wrong, please come and have a conversation with me. Debate me. That's what I want, in fact. That's what I invite all of you watching right now to come and have conversations with me, debate me, do all that stuff. You obviously think I'm wrong, so hey, you should have no issues debating me. Kevin, what do you stand for? Asks me, what do you stand for? Well, I stand for animal rights. I believe animals deserve moral consideration. What country are you in? I'm in the Netherlands right now, in Amsterdam. You guys want to try a social experiment? No, thank you. I can't come and say hi. Yeah, it's a pity. You stand for nothing important. Well, to you, right? Because you are the ones who is exploiting and slaughtering animals. Because you're not in that position. Or because for some reason you don't deem that as an important cause. But you know what? To any innocent animal who gets exploited and slaughtered, I stand for the most important thing in their life. And yeah, sometimes we need to stand for the little guy also, don't we? Sometimes we need to consider the little guys. Sometimes, not only humans deserve moral consideration, believe it or not, animals do too. And yes, we should be speaking up for them. They don't have a voice. We put them in small containers, we put them in places where we don't hear them, we don't see them. We exploit them, we forcefully impregnate them, we use them. And when we can no longer do that, we kill them. What kind of values is that? Do you really think that that's okay to do to an innocent sentient being? I don't think so. Not for me. You don't need to do it, and therefore there is no moral justification to do it. It's pretty easy. In the absence of need, all of this falls short. You guys want to try a social experiment? Henry Zoom, if you don't want to find me on Instagram, I told you, drop a comment. Drop a comment in any of the videos. Drop a comment in any of the videos and let's schedule a debate. Pretty easy. If you drop a comment, I will literally send you the link the minute that you drop well, if I'm there next to the computer, but I will ask you for a ping, and when you respond to that ping, I will send you a link. That's it. So, hey everybody in the chat, let me ask you, what is it that you guys think being vegan is? I'm curious. What do you think veganism is, everybody? Respecting animals, vegan plant says it right. A non-violent lifestyle, well said. It's a moral stance against needless exploitation of non-human animals. I would say that anybody on this planet would say if we don't need to be violent towards animals, if we don't need to forcefully impregnate them, if we don't need to use them as resources, if we don't need to objectify animals, then doing so is fucking wrong. That's it. That's it. That's all. Don't use animals. It's simple. It's pretty easy. You don't need to do it, so don't do it. I just want to do one more conversations and then I'll probably go. Somebody said that they need what? Ilir said, I need a good beef steak though, so absolutely not. Do you need a good beef steak? What would happen if you don't eat a good beef steak? Marcos is here. Hey Marcos, nice to see you here. Life and generally living beings in the art of nature. Every living being is a piece of art. We are civilized people not living in caves no more. We are the future. Exactly. Well said, Marcos. You guys want to try a social experiment? Okay, we're gonna switch. Henry Zoom, I already told you. If you want to talk to me, you gotta debate me. That's it. That's it. Other people, I might have conversations with. You, no. I've already tried several times with you to have conversations within the chat. No, I can only have conversations with you if you're gonna do it live. Otherwise, no. It's just not fair towards me or you, because I cannot give you my full attention and you cannot possibly reply to anything that I say in a way because you listen to anybody else. So no, I'm not interested in that. So Henry Zoom, contact me. That's it. That's it. That's it. You obviously think that you can beat me in a debate, so contact me. That's it. I don't care. Hell, I'd rather debate and lose than have this type of conversation. I can answer comments to people on the chat. That's no problem. I'll do that. But for you specifically, no. May seem weird to everybody else, I know. But the sad reality is that this person has been coming to every stream for weeks now. And every time they say exactly the same thing, and every time we have exactly the same conversations. And at some point you get fed up with it. You know, if it's the same person, the same arguments, you know what? Let's have it live. That's it. Hey Peg, nice to see you here. Oh no, yeah, I've already given the thumbs up to silence Henry Zoom from time to time if you want. Henry Zoom, I keep telling you, you have to debate me. That's it. I keep telling you. But this isn't a stream about you, so I'm done. I'm here to speak up on behalf of animals. I'm not here to speak to you specifically. Okay? I can speak to anybody else and answer questions to everybody else, but yeah. Sorry, just you have been on every stream, and on every stream, you do the same thing. You don't need to eat living plants. You can collect naturally killed plants. Sure. Why not? You know, being vegan literally means rejecting animal exploitation as much as it's possible and practicable. So, you know, I love that everybody keeps trying to find ways that of making either veganism seem like not a perfect solution. It is not. It's not a perfect solution, or non-veganism as a good solution, but it's not. None of those are good. You know, if you can have access to a supermarket, if you can buy plant-based products, you probably can already be vegan. Is it easier for some? Yes, it is. Is it more difficult for others? Yes, it is. But at the end of the day, you got to consider why you do this, because being vegan is about the animals, the innocent animals that get exploited and slaughtered for you. It's about nothing else. What does your sign say? My sign says I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. But you probably see it mirrored. You wanna try?
Yeah, you helped it. I'm gonna try it.
Okay, I just ask you some questions. That's it.
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
What's your name?
My name is Bo.
Bo, nice to meet you. I'm Chip.
Hi, nice
Where are you
to meet
from?
I'm from Maastricht.
Maastricht.
It's
okay,
here in
nice.
Netherlands, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you: how do you feel about animals?
How I feel about the animals?
Yes.
I mean, I love animals, of course.
Yeah. Do you think animals deserve body autonomy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the right to decide what they want to do with their body.
Animals.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Sure.
They can speak, of course.
But what if they can't? I mean, animals, you can't understand them even if they say something, right? So does that still give them the right to decide what they want to do with their body?
I think so. Yeah, it's still living.
Because their body belongs to them, right? So then, do you think that perhaps in animal agriculture we go against that?
I really think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, if you think animals deserve body autonomy, but then if you buy animal products, which which restricts their body autonomy, is there no contradiction there? What's that?
I just think like it's really hard because like animals can talk, they can decide for themselves, and then people decide for them, you know. And I'm not really a big fan of them. I'm vegan also.
Oh, you're vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Okay, I'm vegan too. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more people to go. Why did you go vegan?
I don't know. I just felt like if people can say no and animals can, then why should we force them to do something, you know? And then just kill them out of nowhere. We don't kill people as well, you know. And we also don't kill dogs for no reason.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like it. I like it. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, have you ever considered doing activism yourself?
Not really,
Why not?
because in Maastricht there isn't much, and traveling all the way to Amsterdam for these things, it's kind of hard. But I do try to convince people also to go vegan and stuff. They also went vegan because of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you are vegan?
Me, yeah, I am.
You are vegan. Awesome. Nice. Nicely done. Why aren't you vegan? So is it okay to sexually exploit cows? But if I say that it's wrong to harm women, but I go around harming women,
It's kind of the same though. Yeah. I mean, it's very hard in this society to like open people's eyes with this.
If you make it sound like that, it sounds a lot more logical to be vegan.
Of course.
it is. But that's what. So I became vegan because it was logical. I'm not an emotional person. I don't really care for animals that much. I mean, I like dogs. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's logical. I think if you ask yourself, would you forcefully impregnate a human female to get their milk?
No, that's
But-
not okay.
But that's what we do to cows, you know, to get their milk. So, and when the babies are born, we separate them from their mother so that they don't drink the milk. And then if they're born female, repeatedly every time. Do you know when we kill the dairy cows?
When?
Yeah.
No.
So when I don't mean necessarily at what age, they get killed at like, let's say, a quarter of their lifespan. But do you know why they get killed?
For their meats, right?
Yeah, but they get killed because they can no longer impregnate them.
That's horrible. Oh, like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
horrible.
yeah. They repeatedly impregnate them every year, and of course, no body, not your body, no body was made to be repeatedly impregnated like that. And of course, at some point, their body gives out. They call them spent cows. They literally have that name for them, and then they kill them. Isn't that insane? And it only happens because you pay for it. And I'm not singling you out. I'm saying like if you're not vegan, you're paying for this to happen. That's all I'm saying. You know. And if you live here in the Netherlands, it's so easy to be vegan, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have a lot of options lately, a lot of restaurants that actually help.
Yeah.
Almost every restaurant has like a vegan options and a lot of vegan options.
But you know what the thing is when like children just get born and get raised by people that already eat meat. So when somebody on
agree.
the street just tell them about this, they don't know what to feel. They don't know what to choose.
I'm not here to judge you, by the
No,
way.
no, no.
I was part of it too, you know. I think what's important is not what we, if you don't have the information and you're part of something that is horrible, it's not your fault, is it? But if you know that something that is horrible and you're still participating in it, then you're kind of, that's already your move, you know? That's what I'm saying.
I understand that, but it's easier for adults to make that decision because still kids still live by their parents and still have to go by their rules. It's kind of hard for
But that's a little bit of a cop-out, isn't it? Because like, if your parents decide to start killing dogs and eat them, would you participate in that? Would you eat the dogs?
If you get like raised with
if-
it, it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
normalized from an early age.
No. Just out of the blue, your parents all of a sudden realize that they're hypocrites for eating cows but not dogs. Then they start killing dogs.
No, that's not okay. I wouldn't participate in that.
No,
I
so
should
you-
like force them to become vegan because
So-
if they want to eat dogs also, then just like
The reason why I asked this question is because it shows that you have a say in the matter. Because you can say no to dogs, then why not say no to cows? You see what I mean? I know it can seem a little bit hard, but every time you buy an animal product, you are forcing
You
an
know
animal
what's the
to
thing
this fate.
also? A lot of people that live in the city don't have that experience to meet one-on-one with the animals, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
that's
don't really
true.
care.
farm
Yeah.
people
But
do.
yes, farm people
Yeah.
do have this thing where they maybe if you could grab some people and put them in a farm and they would create this relationship with them or have this like sentimental feeling with them, then it would change.
But I also have a feeling that the internet is really helping become
It-
people
it is,
vegan
yeah,
because
yeah.
they show the videos of what happened to the cow. Sorry, the cows.
Yeah.
Cows.
Yeah, yeah.
and like the pigs and stuff. And then people see how awful it is because you never seen it, you never realize what they do to them. And when you see it online, so many people become like starting vegan just because it's like awful what's happening to them.
Yeah, there's
It
a
is.
few shows on TV right now where they do show like abused animals, and
Oh,
it's
interesting.
horrible. It's really horrible to see things like that, just throwing animals in like crates. Like,
But to be honest, I think that it's okay to eat meat, but if they died on a natural cause.
Yeah, like you mean like it's not okay to kill an animal for meat.
Yeah, but if
if
they
an
die
animal
naturally-
dies and you want to eat it, like yeah, like look, I not have theoretically, you know, if you hit an animal with your car and you want to eat them afterwards, I don't have a problem with that. There's no theoretical thing, but in practice, we still live in a world where we see animals as commodities. So people, you know, because they'll go like, well, what if this animal were to be killed by a lion? I'm actually doing them a favor by putting a knife to their throat. I'm actually killing them in a nicer way than a lion would.
Yeah.
So therefore, they start justifying how to kill them. And the minute they start justifying how to kill them, of course, eating them is only the next thing. So that's why it's kind of like iffy in today's world to say that theoretically there's no problem with it, but practically you can end up in situations like that, because that's how we ended up with where we're at now. And by the way, in Netherlands, which is a country where you think cows or animals are treated nicely, the reason why I became vegan was because I said there's no way this is happening here. I'm like, fuck no, it's an awesome country here. And I looked it up, and it was somewhere around 1,300 farms, which was like 80% of the dairy farms that are in the Netherlands. 80% of the dairy farms weren't even, so they separate the babies. If the baby is born male, they usually kill them. But these farms weren't even killing them. They were letting them starve to death.
that's horrible.
That's horrible. Yeah, that's like, because to them it's money, you know, like if it's cheaper to just put them somewhere and let them starve to death than to kill them. It's because killing them, they can't kill them on the farm. It disturbs all the animals. They have to send them to a slaughterhouse. That costs them money. And not everybody wants to eat beef these days, so yeah.
But we don't do that to humans either, so.
It's messed up, right?
It
Humans,
really is.
dogs, all of them.
But we
yeah.
did have a train to catch.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry to
Hey,
interrupt.
no problem. I'll give you a card, okay? Because you're not vegan. Watch the most important speech you'll ever hear, okay? You'll enjoy it. And share it with everybody else. Thank you for being vegan, and consider speaking out. You might
Yeah,
enjoy
of
it,
course,
okay?
yes.
And thank you for getting your friends to be vegan, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a lovely day.
Thank you. You too. Cheers.
Thank you.
See? Nice people. Nice people, everybody. That's what it's nice. It's nice to see people who actually consider the animals, consider them. Oh, somebody made a donation. Thank you so much, whoever did. I can't see it. It would be nice if I click on it that it showed me, but I can't. Yeah. And everybody, I think one more conversation. Let's see how long it takes. I think I have 10 more minutes in me, then I have to go because still got to do some work. Yeah. Marcos did. Marcos always. Thank you so much, Marcos. Man, Marcos, you always donate. I hope you're not causing anything difficult. Like everybody, if you want to support me, please do. But if you feel like it would be difficult, don't see it as an obligation, please. Okay, we're not in it for this. Okay, we're here to. I'm here to speak on behalf of animals. I want to show everybody also that it's actually quite easy to speak to people on the street. You know, I'm actually pretty much an introvert myself as a person, so I don't enjoy particularly going out there speaking with people. Just want to show you that it's easy to go out there speak to people. Some people are super nice, and even the conversations that you saw that are confrontational, even those conversations, they still end up being okay. You're still, well, I'm a muscly guy, so I can't speak for everybody. But yeah, it can be okay. It can be okay. I'm just saying, if you're vegan and you ever want to speak up for animals, consider it. Go out there, speak up. They deserve a voice. And you may never know, you know, the reality is that I talk to people one way one day, I talk to people in a different day, a different way. But it might be that just the way you look, the way you say things, the way you gesticulate, the way you formulate certain things may speak up to some people a little bit more, and then you might make a huge difference for some animals. So that's all I'm saying. If you ever think about it, do it. And you can make more vegan friends that way. That's how I made most of my vegan friends. So yeah. I see it like I am cameraing the camera, and and the other things you carry for the activism chip, nothing more. That's the way I help. Thank you so much, Marcos, and I appreciate you for help. I always do. W's in the chat for Marcos. It's just Marcos is. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it always. Our set asks, do you have a problem with people that eat meat? I have a problem with exploiting innocent sentient beings. I have a problem with with animals being treated like objects, with commodifying animals. That's what I have a problem with. Mobius says www. Thank you. Love it, Mobius. Hello, Emily D. New spot. Yeah, I mean, I was here before. It's kind of a nice spot, right? You see, it's kind of a beautiful intersection in Amsterdam here. It's a little bit noisier, and it's a little bit busy, but not a lot of people stop, sadly. It's kind of like a transit place. Do you have a source on the cows being starved in the Netherlands? I'd like to share it with others. Yeah, it was, so I think 3 years ago, this was when I became vegan, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I don't even remember now exactly the date, but there was, all over the media, there was this finding. I'll try to find it again. I wanted to find it again. I have it in some of the videos that I made in the past, somewhere shared. So I might find it again. I know it was an article on nos.nl. So yeah. I'll try to find it again. I'll try to find it again if I can. But it's an old article. It's an old article. Do you have a source on the calves being... That's what I just asked. That's what I just answered, Broom. I do have a source. It's on nos.nl. It's an article and was shared all over the media in the Netherlands, but it's 3 years old, 4 years old, so it's not easy to find. But I'll try to find it again and put it in the chat. Nick Brando asks, how long have you been living in the Netherlands? 10 years, 11 years, something like that. Thank you. I'll try to find it on NOS myself. Yeah, Broom, I think it was 1,300 farms, or it was either that or 900 farms. I remember a specific 100 numbers, but like 00, and I've read a lot of studies, and I don't remember specifically what number it was, but it was something about dairy farms in the Netherlands, and it was, again, a bit of an old article. And everybody else who's in here and is thinking, well, why is this person saying all this? Well, it's pretty easy, really. I'm not here to point fingers at anybody. I mean, I will point fingers at people who don't want to change it, people who don't want to admit that what they're doing is wrong, sure. But we're here to get people to consider animals, you know. We're here to get people to think a little bit about the choices that they're making, you know. Behind every choice you're making, when you're buying an animal product, for example, an innocent animal gets exploited and slaughtered for you. And I don't think anybody would want to be in their place.
Hi.
Hi, you want to try the social experiment?
Yeah, sure, man.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
What's your name?
My name is Ranim.
Ranim.
Ranim, nice to meet you. And you?
I'm Chip.
Chip.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Okay. So Ranim, what do you think about animals?
Animals?
Yeah.
Well, depends. Domestic animals?
I don't know. Do you think
In
animals
general.
deserve moral consideration?
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Do you think, would exploiting animals then be okay?
Well, exploiting them, maybe not. But I'm not against eating animals, not at all.
Why not?
Well, you know, veganism, I'm okay. I think they can do whatever they want. They're open-minded. I'm open-minded as well.
Are you for people doing whatever they want?
Well, more or less, as long as it's legal, it's morally correct, you know?
So should people go around killing and eating dogs?
Well, no, it's not morally correct. You
Why,
know what I mean?
why would it be okay then for cows?
Because the society made it that way. I'm talking morally, the society made it that way. So dogs and cats.
But is there any logic behind this value that society has
well,
created?
I don't think so, no.
Right,
But maybe
'cause,
laws.
Yeah, because at some point in our society, women didn't have rights, and it wasn't logical, right? It was just something that society did.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's the same thing for this, right? But then, don't you think that we should have some form of logic behind such choices, because these choices are incredibly violent and bad for these animals, right?
I see what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Well, then, lots of people feed from pork, cows, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But, to just get back at the point, like in many countries, you can shoot a cow to eat it or a deer.
But you
or a
don't need to,
pigeon.
do you?
You don't need to. You don't need to. But you cannot shoot a dog or cat. Like legal
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
So maybe that's why it's normalized, and people don't eat cats or dogs.
But outside of legality, right? Because we have to take the law a little bit out of it. Because as I said, it was legal at some point for women to not have rights. It was legal at some point to have slaves. Legality doesn't mean morality.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
morally speaking, do you think morally speaking, it's okay to do this to these animals?
Well, no, the farms and everything, I'm against it.
Yeah. But if I say I'm against harming women, but then I go around harming women, am I really against harming women?
Well, no.
So if you say you're against farms,
Yeah.
but then you go around paying farms, are you really against farms?
Well, no, man. I'm telling you, it's all society, it's government. Because you want to buy bio stuff, you want to buy stuff that's not reproducing animals and treating them like in a cage. You want to buy this stuff, but it costs 3 times more.
Well, why wouldn't you want an animal to be in a cage?
Well, because that's mistreating an animal.
But cutting their throat for something you don't need is not mistreating them?
Well, meat is something you can need, yeah. I think.
But you don't need.
Well, listen, I think if you cut meat for everyone in the population, some people, we will have less food for everyone.
Well, that's not true
Harder.
because most of the food we grow, most of the plants we grow
Yeah.
are for the animals. So if we just grew those plants for ourselves, we could feed, I think, 2 times the population we have worldwide.
Really?
now.
I don't know. I don't eat much steak myself, but a good steak once a week, once every 2 weeks is good.
Well, what's a good steak? It's good
What's
for
a
you,
good steak?
right? Is it good for the... What's a good steak for a cow?
Good steak for a cow. I don't know, I like lots of parts of the cow. It's good to eat. I don't
What
know
about the cow?
What about the cow? Well, too bad, man. She died,
So is she your girlfriend?
Well, no, my girl is not a cow, no.
No, but is she your girlfriend?
Yeah, she is, sure.
If somebody were to kill her
Yeah?
and eat her afterwards, all the parts, would it be okay?
Well, no, but it's different, man.
Why?
You cannot say...
What's the difference?
What's the difference? She's human.
So what's the difference between a human being and a cow that
Well,
makes the judgment different?
Well, a cow is an animal, man. We've been eating this
We've
shit
also animals.
for 2,000 years. Yeah, but we've evolved,
So if we were killing women for thousands of years to
Yeah.
eat them, that would make it okay?
But fuck no, man. No.
So then it doesn't matter if we've been doing it for thousands of years.
Yeah, but man, the cow doesn't speak. The cow doesn't have an opinion.
So wait, if she couldn't speak or have an opinion, which should be intellectually challenged and mute, it would be okay to kill her and eat her?
If she was mute and blind, but she would still have an opinion, she can write it.
What if she was intellectually challenged? With the intellect of a 3-year-old.
Now you're going to a point you're making an exception on an exception.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if that's a human being, would you still exploit and slaughter them?
Well, no, but we haven't evolved that much yet. If they could start talking, maybe.
No, but what I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to show you is that there's no difference really. All these things that we call differences that we say are just things we point at. But the reality is, again, if you say they can talk, if they cannot talk, would you kill them? No. Well, if you say they can think, well, if they cannot think, would you kill them? No. Well, so where exactly is the line? There is no line. That's the reality. We are the same as animals in all the ways that matter. Do they feel? They do. They have a subjective experience. They do. They want to form bonds with people, with individuals they like, right? Like other animals, they do. Why is it that we think all of a sudden, because we have, I don't know, some form of intelligence, we can use tools really well, that we think it's okay to exploit and slaughter them?
I see your point. I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
So why is it that you think that's okay then, for you? Because it seems morally inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer the taste of meat, to be honest. I like meat, I like chicken.
So do you eat dogs?
I like fish. Well, no, I never tried it.
Well, would you eat dogs?
Well, if I was China, it was cooked well, maybe, yeah.
Would you eat dogs right now? If you had the choice between eating anything else but dogs,
Well,
would you choose to eat dogs?
I could eat anything else, but I'm telling you, if someone would okay, I'm cooking a dog, it's gonna be really good.
So when
I would try
if
it.
you had the choice, because you have a plant-based option,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you eat now, or eating only dogs.
Oh no, I would eat a plant-based option, yeah.
Okay.
No, eventually, if someone makes me try a dog, I would eat it. If it's.
What
if
about
he says
human?
it's
Would
good.
you eat a human?
Well, no, I don't think so. No, that's cannibalism. It's different.
what?
It's different.
Why?
Because that's illegal.
So what if it were legal?
Well, listen, maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least you're consistent with that. But then, would you consistently pay for them to be exploited and killed?
No, for humans, no, that's weird, man. That's
No.
weird.
For dogs?
For dogs, well, yeah. Listen, if we don't have any more resources, yeah, fuck
No,
yeah.
no, no. In the same situation.
In the same situation,
where
no,
you have
no,
alternatives.
No, no.
So
Like,
but you see,
I don't think it would be good. You know, that's why.
just because you wouldn't like the taste,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not because you would consider the life or the individuality of the dog.
Not really, man. No.
Not really. Okay, but for the
And-
humans, you
and
consider the life and
Yeah,
individuality.
yeah, I do. But I really do like animals. Yeah, but
How can you say you like animals
I
if you
really-
literally say you would kill them if they tasted good to eat them?
yeah, but I see an animal, I would help it in the street. You know, or I.
Wait, why? You should kill them and eat them. Maybe they taste good.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how. You need the farm. You need like good techniques and shit. You know, I'm not gonna take a dog and cut its throat in my house. You know, and skin it.
No,
But
you
if-
cut them on the street and you put them in the house.
I'm not into that. You know, I'm not the
Why?
cook. Not the cook. I'm not a cook. But actually, yeah, man, I'm dead serious. Why? Just be open. I think I'm open-minded as a person.
Well,
And-
but you say you love animals.
Yeah.
Do you love her?
Sure. I love
would
her
you
cat as
would you
well.
kill her?
Well, no.
So what kind of love is that then?
I wouldn't kill her cat either.
But I just don't. I just fail to understand. How can you love somebody and
Yeah.
then kill them for something you don't need?
Well, I do need. I like food, but I like.
no, for
I
something
like
that you
chicken.
like, not you need.
Yeah, but for me, it's a need. It's in my like diet actually.
Well, if in my diet it was to eat humans, I could say that I do need to. Does that mean I need to eat humans?
But, yeah, but it's not logical to say I need humans in my diet. But
What
you
I'm
can
saying
say
is,
I need.
if it's in your diet, doesn't mean that you need it. Biologically, you don't need it to survive or to thrive.
Yeah, that's right.
So then you don't need it. You choose to have it in your diet. You choose to have it in there. So you're making a choice for an innocent animal to get exploited and killed for you.
Yeah, man, but listen, you're gonna talk to 100 people. They're gonna get thousands of animals killed. You know, so it's not gonna make any difference. I don't think so.
Well, let's put it this way. Elon Musk,
Yeah.
it's extremely powerful person on this planet, right? If they choose to kill 100 people on this planet, it makes no difference. We're 8 billion.
Right.
But if you're one of the 100 people,
Yeah.
it makes everything. It means everything to you, doesn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. So 100 animals per year you kill by not being vegan.
Yeah. As a single person, that's
Yeah, as a
that's-
single person.
That's real
100 per year.
statistics.
Yeah, 100 to 300 depends on how
Okay.
much you eat, of course.
Okay.
But it means nothing to the billions, 80 billion land animals that we kill, trillions if we count fish
Okay.
per year. But it means everything to those 100 animals, doesn't it?
I see what you mean, but listen, they reproduce, right? They're gonna reproduce anyways.
So if there was a cow that was injured right here,
yeah.
what would you do? Would you kill her and eat her, or would you help her?
No, if she was injured right here, I would help her, man.
Why?
Because it's not the situation to eat it.
But you're not being consistent. Normally, you pay for people to kill them.
Well, I pay for the finished product, man. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
pay
you
them.
pay
to
for
kill
them to be killed so that you can eat them.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you kill them then?
Man, it's not my business, you know. I'm just like a functional way of living. Everyone gets paid to do something.
So wait, you're actually giving money to some people who get PTSD from it, who get post-traumatic stress disorder from killing animals because you want to eat something.
But they chose
so you're
this job,
harming
man.
both the human. No, they didn't. A lot of people who are working in slaughterhouses,
Yeah.
they didn't choose their jobs.
They got into it.
They got into it because they're immigrants or stuff like that, and they get in a position where it's difficult. I'm sure. I don't know how old you are, but if you've been in a position where it's difficult to change your job, you will
wouldn't change.
understand.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so these people aren't in position. Like if you watch documentaries about what they go through, there's people who, because they're in this situation, they go home, they beat their wives, they beat their kids, because to them violence means nothing. There's a screaming animal who's innocent screaming animal who's dying, please don't kill me, and they're putting a knife to their throat. Of course they're gonna go home, and to them slapping their wife or their kids means nothing.
I see what you mean. You're lying, like you're matching two stuff that aren't like the same thing.
What do you mean?
Like violence on animals isn't violence on humans. It's not the same
No, I'm
thing.
just saying the people who commit violence on animals are the people who can commit violence on humans also
Easier, yeah, I see what you mean,
Yeah,
easier.
But like, my whole point isn't about that. My whole point is that behind this choice that you're making, there's just a lot of misery, a lot of suffering, and a lot of exploitation.
I see what you mean.
And you can always choose otherwise. Does that make a difference in the whole world? Perhaps not, but it means the whole world to everything else. And if you think it's wrong, how can we ever make it right in this world if you have this attitude? Like, nobody will ever change. The world will never change if people keep saying, well, it's never going to change. Well, of course it's never going to change. Like, imagine people fighting for women's rights, the suffragettes, right? Like, if they stop fighting because it's never going to change, then women would have never gotten rights.
I see what you mean. Listen, man, if I can tell you something just to finish it off, because we're in a hurry, but I'm not the kind of person who would buy meat every day. You know, I wouldn't buy frozen meat.
I'm not the
no
kind of
chicken.
person who would beat a woman every day. I only beat one once per week. Does that make it better?
Yeah, but man, it's not the same subject. I'm sorry, you're
It's
taking.
still an injustice towards an individual.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean, but I buy like 300 grams of meat a week. You know, that's the maximum I would do.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, you think?
I mean, that's the flesh of innocent beings. Even
Yeah,
once per week.
Yeah, but one.
Would you kill a dog per week?
No, but man, the cow is 800 kilograms. You know, like, and you can eat 500 kilograms out of it. I'm eating not even 1% a week.
But
much less.
But you know it doesn't work that way, right? You know, a lot of it gets thrown away. Some of you're literally multiple. You're probably not even getting it from the same animal. You know, like I'm just like, you gotta consider them. Even if it's one animal per year, it's still one animal per year. Like if you had the choice between killing an animal or saving an animal, would you really choose to kill an animal?
I see what you mean. That's a long debate. How long have you been vegan for?
3.5 years.
Vegetarian or vegan?
Vegan, because vegetarians are the same. Like
Same
dairy
idea.
cows are the same, exploited every year, and they get forcibly inseminated. They have their babies taken from them, killed, and then they get killed. Do you know when they kill dairy cows?
Yeah, no, I see.
When?
When they kill their calves, just after they take like the most milk possible.
Well, when they can no
it
longer
stops
get them
produce.
pregnant.
Well, yeah, when it stops producing.
So they try to forcibly impregnate them. The pregnancy doesn't stick, and then they kill them.
but yeah.
Imagine doing that to humans.
No, not.
We try to
well,
forcibly inseminate a human being,
well,
and when they can no longer get pregnant, we kill them.
They did kill babies in China when they were girls, but that's not the point. That's the
And
point.
that's not ethical, also.
Yeah, of course, and
Yeah.
they stopped doing it. But what I mean is, this has been going on for a long time. I hope it stops. Listen, if it stops, I wouldn't mind.
I don't
would go
believe that
vegan.
you hope it stops because you're paying for it to not stop.
Yeah, but if it does stop, I don't mind. I would go vegan. You know, I would go
Wait a
and try
minute.
to find meat.
Wait, that's even weirder. Wait.
Why?
So if everybody else stops, you would stop
No,
too?
but if we stop finding meat in the supermarket or the prices go up, you know, no worries. I would stop eating meat. No
So
worries.
why do you need an incentive for you to stop exploiting animals?
Well, because if I wanna go and have a good meal and pay it like a really expensive to have a good vegan meal cooked, or can I just eat a good piece of steak for cheaper? I'll go for this option, you know.
But it's actually cheaper to be vegan on overall.
That's real, yeah, that's
It's
real,
real.
that's real, but not for your taste buds, no. You know, I don't
It
like.
is also for your taste buds.
I don't think so, man.
Do you add spices to meat?
I love adding spices, yeah.
Spices? What are spices?
Spices, herbs. It's
Plants.
It's vegan, yeah, plants.
Yeah. So those are the ones that give most of the taste, aren't they?
Yeah,
So the taste is not coming from animal products.
Thanks for trying to convince me, man. Listen.
I'm just trying to
What?
say, man, like you're running around because the way I see it from your. Let me see if I got it right. Because
Yeah.
the way I see it is, you've been doing this your whole life,
Yeah.
3 times per day. You know, it's only normal that if a stranger like me comes and brings this up to you, you're like, fuck, I don't want to change or something.
Yeah.
I get it, you know.
Mhm.
But I urge you to look more into it because it might be something that it's way worse than you imagine. Number one,
Mhm.
and number two, I definitely don't think you can say you respect animals or that you're not a violent person when you actively are trying to participate in it because you just get some form of pleasure from it. Trust me, if you like cooking with meat, you're gonna like cooking also. If tofu takes the taste of anything you put in. If you like spices, put all those spices on a piece of tofu. You can.
It's the same taste.
Mm?
It gets the same thing. I just
Yeah.
have one question. I don't want to leave
Yeah.
actually, but I have one
Yeah.
question. Are you against or not having domestic animals?
You mean
Dogs
like
and cats?
like what? Like pets?
dogs, cats, whatever in your house.
I'm against breeding animals for the sake of whatever we want as humans, right? I don't think it's ethical to bring into existence an animal so that I get pleasure from it.
Okay.
That's a companion or
Okay.
not. If you're gonna take an animal from a shelter
Okay.
and you're gonna give them a good life,
Okay.
how would I be against that? If you're gonna give an animal a good life, you take them from a shelter, they would have otherwise stayed in a cage their whole life. or be
Yeah, but
killed.
the shelter put them in the cage. Are you okay with putting fishes in an aquarium in the house or rats in a cage?
No, I think
Or-
fish should be free. I think it's so incredibly cruel
Yeah.
to spend your whole life in, like, imagine spending your whole life in a room. Like, at least dogs or all these others that you get as pets, you take them out, you
Take it
bring
out.
them places.
Well, cats they don't go out. What do you do with them? Are you
I don't
okay?
know. I'm, you know, there's obviously when it comes to pets, like there's this thing where I'm like, I don't think we should own pets because we shouldn't be just like we shouldn't be owning other animals. We shouldn't be just like we shouldn't be owning people. We should also not be owning pets.
Thank you. That's my opinion as well.
Yeah, but like there's obviously we can have a relationship with an animal. You can have a relationship because there's animals who have relationships from different species with each other. Just like that, we can also participate in it. But the thing is, when we participate in it by saying that I own you, you do what I say, that's a different.
I agree with
see
you.
what I
Listen,
mean?
so this is what I meant. I respect the animals. I'm going here, I'm gonna think about it. I'm still gonna eat meat, maybe less, but respect to you, okay?
Can you just promise me you'll watch either Dominion or the most important speech over here?
The most important speech you'll ever hear.
Dominion or that. You just gotta scan this QR code. Just know what you're paying for. That's it, okay?
Is it a documentary?
Dominion is a documentary where they show you what animals go through if you want to actually see it. But I couldn't muster it. I can't watch this myself. So the most important speech is the next best thing where they talk about it.
Okay.
Take the card also.
Don't worry, man.
No, take it. I have several, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
See you, man.
Bye.
How many people are watching?
200.
200.
Yeah.
What do they think? You have beautiful teeth and nice smile. Anyways, listen. I hope they're gonna say I was an asshole in the comments.
No, I don't think they're gonna
You
say
don't
it.
think they did?
No.
Okay. Cheers, man. Have a nice day.
Cheers.
I love the cup.
I like what you said, that you cannot stand to be a part of this human society as long as it's based on the crimes we do to innocent animals. Let's change it. This is 2025. 100%. That's it, everybody. That's it. We're done. I hope maybe we might have a debate or two tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Whoever to contact me. But yeah, that's it. You know, that's what we got to do. We got to have conversations with people. You know, we gotta change people's minds, because if people think that it's okay to exploit innocent animals, then we end up in the situation where, why? What gives you the right? If you have this non-logic behind it, you can go ahead, well, oh, you get some form of pleasure from it. Oh, it's part of culture. Then, well, if we make it cultural to do other horrific things, would that be okay? Oh, it's part of it, you get pleasure from it. Oh, so if I get pleasure from doing something else, does that mean it's okay to do something else? No, you gotta have some logic behind these things, you know? When you're doing incredible acts of violence and oppression, you gotta have some logic behind them. Otherwise, you know what? You just end up being just as bad as fascists, Nazis, all of them, because they all just try to use some form of logic to justify the oppression that they committed towards innocent individuals. You know, the reason why slavery was conducted was because they said they're inferior. That's why they did it. They said, you know what? These individuals are inferior, and therefore we can do this to them. And for all content purposes, they did see them as inferior. They didn't know how to read. They didn't know how to do all the things that we knew how to do. Because you know why? Because we didn't teach them. That's all. So it's just ridiculous to think that for some reason we are superior to animals. We're just animals ourselves. We're monkeys that know how to use tools really well. And you know what? There's this story that I like to tell people. I think a lot of people have heard it a lot of the times about it's called the Roman cement. The Roman cement, yeah. So, you know, the Romans have built this amazing cement. You know, that stood the test of time. You know, like it stood up for centuries, right? You go and you see part of the Colosseum. There's a lot of, like, they use this amazing cement that people for centuries have tried to replicate it, and they haven't succeeded it. They just haven't succeeded it. So that just proves exactly my point, that if you look around and you think, well, look at this, we all built all this shit. No, we didn't. Somebody did. Somebody who was smarter than us did. Somebody who was smarter than us built this phone. I couldn't possibly build this phone. I couldn't possibly build this microphone. Hell, I can't possibly build a lot of the things. I acknowledge that my limitations. I acknowledge that I'm just an individual trying to live my life and using tools that were built by other people. To think that you are somehow superior to others, that's kind of insane. And even if you did know how to build all of this, does that really make you superior? Come on. Does that really make you superior? How do we even count the superiority? How? What, can you put a number behind that? You cannot. So let's face it, we're all the same in all the ways that matter. All animals deserve moral consideration. They don't deserve to be exploited, slaughtered, used as resources, okay? If you wouldn't do it to a dog, why the hell would you do it to a cow? Why? What exactly is it that dogs have that cows don't have, that if a cow had it, or if a dog didn't have it, it would make it okay? You would have to treat them equally. What is that? I'm just trying to understand. Pythagoras not only placed the base of mathematics and science and music, he talked about veganism too a long time ago, says Marcos. It's amazing. Pythagoras talked about veganism. Look at that, everybody. The most intelligent people in the... Actually, you know what? The most intelligent people in the world, the people who have pondered usually, they're usually either become nihilistic and try to dodge the argument, or they actually do realize that we're all just animals and we shouldn't be exploited or slaughtered for ridiculous things. It's pretty simple. Yeah, and you can come up with all sorts of ridiculous excuses at the end of the day. You can say, well, God said it's okay. You can say, well, my culture says it's okay. You can say all kinds of stuff, but at the end of the day, you know that what you're doing is not something okay. You are being violent towards an innocent being who feels that violence done upon them. You are making an innocent being, you are taking away their liberty, exploiting them, treating them like an object. That's not okay. And by the way, everybody, I'm holding the sign now. If you're not vegan, you're supporting needless animal exploitation. Sun says eggs are ours to use. Hey, Haz, vegan. Oh my God, Haz, it's been so long. Empathy is ethical intelligence. Well said, Haz. Sun, eggs are ours to use. No, they're not. They're not. Why would they? Are you saying, why would eggs be yours to use? Because you took care of the chickens? So if you take care of a woman, are the periods that she gets yours? Imagine that. Like, look, there's a person there who says, Smart says, Pythagoras said that as long as we have slaughterhouses, we will have wars. Yeah, smart person. Are you vegan?
I'm not vegan.
So why do you support needless animal exploitation? Would you kill dogs? Would you kill dogs? How about humans? Do you agree?
I'm vegan.
You're vegan?
Yes.
Hell yeah, love it, love it, love it. There you go. Love to see some people who are vegan. I noticed one thing, you know, I've been going on streams where there's obviously the position of the people who are logical and stuff, but the only difference when it comes to veganism is that sadly a lot of people are not being logical about it. Do you agree with the sign? It says if you're not vegan, you're supporting needless animal exploitation. Are you vegan? Oh, you don't speak English very well? That's okay, that's okay. Okay, no worries, no worries. Berdan says no more chip. I'll just stay for 5 minutes, hold the sign up, get a little bit more people to see the message, and then we'll go, okay? Linda says I need that sign. Yeah, Linda, it's an amazing sign. And not just that, but it shows you all the way we exploit animals, you see? We exploit them for food, for clothing, for entertainment, for cosmetics purposes, and then, well, for pets, you know? That's all the way we exploit animals. You're in the Netherlands? Yes, I am. I'm in Amsterdam right now. Damn, Amsterdam is nice as fuck. Yeah, Amsterdam is a nice place. You know what? While I hold the sign, I'm gonna get a little bit away from the phone so that you see a little bit more of the surroundings, okay? You agree with the sign?
So we have to walk over the bridge.
De quoi?
Chip is the big void church still doing a lot of live rock music. Can't remember the name of it. Yes, it is. It's still doing that. Yeah. Not just rock. They're doing all sorts. They're doing alternative. I'm spacing out on the name, but it's very close to here. Yes. A lot of churches here have been repurposed. Yes. I've been there, says Peg. Oh, nice Peg. I'm happy you were here. You know, to all the people in the chat who's saying like, well, I'm here sitting here with a sign trying to discuss about how animals deserve rights and they shouldn't be exploited, and you're saying, well, I'm gonna go get a burger. It's like somebody sitting here with a sign saying that women deserve rights, and you're going saying, well, I'm gonna go exploit a woman. It's exactly the same. It's just a different victim. Exactly the same. And this is insane. It is. Imagine that. Imagine how little we disconsider animals in this society. Imagine that we live in a world where we think that they're ours for us to grab, that we can easily objectify them and use them for whatever it is that we need. It's insane and sad. Heck, imagine being born the wrong species. Imagine that. And the sad thing about it is that the arbitrary rules of the reasons why we exploit and slaughter innocent animals are exactly the same arbitrary rules that we use to justify all the horrific things throughout our history. Basically, in a nutshell, saying, you're not how I want you to be, I don't give you value, therefore you should be treated like an object, therefore you should be used, exploited, and slaughtered. That's what we did to all the other humans, that's what we do to all the other animals. Ali, I saw that comment. It's okay. You don't have to delete people who are triggered by what I'm saying. I can explain what I'm saying. I know a lot of people think that I was comparing women to animals. Well, first of all of us are animals, right? Humans are animals. We are mammals. We are animals. So men, women, intersex, trans women, trans men, all of us are just animals at the end of the day. First of all. Second, the comparison wasn't necessarily between a human being and an animal, but rather between the situations that they are. An innocent victim is exploited and slaughtered for you on the accounts of you like the taste of it, on the accounts, like, again, ridiculous reasons. You like the taste of it, we've been doing it for a long time. All of these are kind of the same justifications we used to justify slavery. We used exactly the same justifications. They're not like us. We can exploit them and use them because we benefit from it. Exactly the same justifications. All I'm saying is that the situations are similar. The victims are different, but the situations are similar. And if it's wrong to do this to anybody in that situation, if it's wrong to exploit and slaughter innocent animals, why wouldn't it be wrong to exploit and slaughter humans also? Why is it okay to exploit and slaughter cows but not dogs? Why is it okay to exploit and slaughter chickens but not, I don't know, peacocks? Why is it that we see some animals as worthy of life because we find them cute, because we like their appearance, and other animals We shove them in small containers, in confined places. We treat them like objects. We exploit them. And when we can no longer get what we want out of them, we kill them. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. And no, don't bring God into it. I saw somebody mentioning God right now. No, don't bring God into this. Don't bring God into the most horrific things we do as humans. Don't use a compassionate individual to justify violence towards other sentient individuals just because you get a kick out of it. No, don't do that. No, be real. The reason why most of you do consume animal products, the reason why you still do it, is because of convenience. It's because you've been taught that way and you just can't be bothered to look into it. Imagine if you're on the other side of it, though. Imagine if you're on the other side. Imagine on the other side there's somebody who has power over you. They can easily exploit you, slaughter you, do whatever they want to you. You know? And try to apply that logic. Try to apply exactly what you do to animals and use exactly the same justifications that you use for doing this to animals. If somebody would do it to you, because they have power over you. Because maybe they're a different species and they have power over you. Try to do that. Try to imagine a scenario where aliens come to Earth. They're far more intelligent. Would it be justified for them then to exploit and slaughter us? Really? They would obviously be speaking another language. Would that be justified to do so? No. I don't think so. But ask yourself, would it be justified? And be honest with yourself. That's what we're here to do, challenge it. And to be honest. We're not here to, I don't know, make up reasons or stuff like that. I'm not here to impose my views. I'm just here to show you that you already have the views. You already think that it's wrong to do this to innocent beings just because we can. And I know that, you know what, a lot of the people who defend it aren't even people who have done it themselves. Aren't even people who have been, I don't even know who even watch it. Like, if you're so okay with it, you know, before eating, if you think we're carnivores, we gotta do what we gotta do, then you know what, before eating, pull up a slaughterhouse footage. Every time when you cook, when you prepare food, pull up a slaughterhouse footage. See how an animal gets killed. Come on, do it every day. See if that really makes you wanna eat more. I'm just trying, like, come on, be honest. The reality is you've been desensitized. Somebody told you it's okay what we do to animals. You go you see it put on a shelf in a supermarket. It means nothing to you. There's no connection between you and the animal. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't an innocent animal behind that. And you can't just go by your emotions because you emotionally don't feel anything towards those animals. You gotta use some of your brain and some of your logic to realize that there was an innocent animal that was exploited because of you. Right? Please choose that. Please think about that. If you think you're so superior to animals that you can do whatever you want to them, then you should at least be able to consider them, right? You should at least be able to think about the fact that when you're buying an animal product, behind that choice, there is an innocent animal who gets slaughtered for you, right? Who gets exploited for you, who gets sexually exploited, who gets forcefully inseminated, who has their babies taken from them. I don't go by that. I don't like that stuff. I really don't. And the reason why I went vegan is because it's logical to be vegan. It's extremely logical. It's the only logical position if you think you respect animals. It's the only logical position if you think you respect humans, hell. Because if you just respect humans on account that they are born the species human, it's kind of weird. Why? How does that make them worthy of respect? It doesn't. You know what does? Sentience does. That's why you should respect them, because they're sentient, because they're conscious, because they have a subjective experience of the world. Same as animals. None of them deserve to be exploited. None of them deserve to be slaughtered. So yeah, don't do that to them. Look, we just evolved and intelligent enough to do so. Yeah. Is that really a justification? Is that really the hill you want to die on? Because we're more intelligent than them and we can do this to them, does that morally justify doing this to them? So if somebody were more intelligent and could do whatever they wanted to you, that would morally justify doing that to you? Even if there were acts of violence. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We had some conversations, not a lot. Some good, some meh. But yeah, look, somebody said cry. Yeah, I do cry. You know why I cry? Because it's sad. It saddens me that there's people who are so, I don't even know, like desensitized, who disconsider innocent animals so much that they would pay for them to be exploited and killed for something you don't need. How is that fair? It's heartless, exactly. Imagine somebody being so empathetic towards animals. Imagine seeing a dog cry on the street. Imagine seeing a hurt dog right now on the street. And somebody come and say, haha, cry some more, little bitch. Why are you crying? Why are you hurt, you little dog? No, that's insane. Come on. And if you're not vegan, you're the person who's putting that dog. You're harming that dog. That's it. You're the innocent, sorry, not the innocent. You're the person who is literally exploiting and slaughtering dogs. I know you hear the word vegan and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, somebody's telling us what to eat. We're not. We're literally just telling you to consider animals, okay? You need to get away from this dissociation in your brain, from this dissonance that your brain is causing you right now. You need to think a little bit for yourself, okay? You need to think for yourself and ask yourself, is it really okay to exploit and slaughter innocent dogs? Is it really okay to exploit and slaughter humans? Is it? Because if you live by the rules that it's okay to exploit and slaughter humans on account that they're weaker than you, what the hell, man? That's kind of a fucked up thing to say. But if you think that it's wrong to do so, that all humans deserve the right, even if they're weaker, they deserve body autonomy, they don't deserve exploitation, then why wouldn't you consider animals the same way? Because there's no trait difference between them. That's it, there's no trait difference. Uprising says you're the only person eating dogs. Uprising, is there any difference between eating dogs and eating cows? Marcos says, but they don't take the responsibilities. They say we don't kill them, other people kill them. Yeah, exactly, Marcos. As if that's not the same. Other people kill them. Yeah, sure, other people kill them, but I pay them to do it. They do it because I pay them, but other people do pay them. Uprising, you still haven't answered my question. You said no, you said yes. What is the difference between dogs and cows that justifies the difference in treatment? And don't give me, what is the difference in traits? What is the trait difference? Not, well, one is a pet and one is a farm animal. That doesn't mean anything. Tell me the trait difference. They have no meat. They haven't been selectively bred for better texture of meat. Yeah, exactly. You don't have any arguments. I get that. It's okay. That's why they eat dogs in China, because they do have meat, FYI. The reason you can't milk a dog, you can very much so milk a dog. If you forcefully impregnate a dog, the dog will produce milk, and of course you can, of course they can eat, you can milk a dog, 100%. That's so insane to think that. Why wouldn't you be able to milk a dog? You can milk a human being. Why wouldn't you think you can milk a dog, lol? So insane. Imagine thinking that drinking the milk of a cow is nice, but drinking the milk of a dog is weird. Why? Why is it that drinking the milk of a cow okay? It's still a different species. You still forcefully inseminated her. I don't think you should be drinking the milk of anybody else who did not consent for you to take their milk. Just saying. We're all about consent here, right? I respect consent. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you have subscribed if you like this. And people who want to debate me, I hope you contacted me, because I want to debate you, okay? That's it. That's it. If you're vegan, please consider speaking up for animals. Please do it. Just go to an AV, Anonymous for the Voiceless. Go to We the Free. Go to Animal Save. Wherever you go, go to a place and speak up for animals. If you're not vegan, watch the 3-minute video. I'll drop it in the description of this video. And watch what you're paying for. You might not be aware. Like, Scam Chan says you could debate me, but you wouldn't like it. Scam Chan, please, Scam Chan, please debate me, please. There you go. I said it as nicely as I can. Please debate me. That's it. Scam Chan, please. Pia says very well. Sign up for Challenge 22 if you want to try to go vegan and you're thinking, I don't know how to do it. Challenge 22, they hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day and they help you go vegan for free. It's free. And they do that for free because we care about animals, because other activists do it too. That's it. Thank you for being here. That's it. We'll see you in the next one. I don't know when the next one will be because I'm going to UK soon. And I'll be there for a long time for work. I hope maybe on Sunday we'll be doing a We the Free event and maybe I can go live then. But if not, I'll see you when I come back, okay? I appreciate you. And bye, everyone. Also, drop comments and tell me the moments that you liked or the moments that we should be cutting. If not, I'll ask ChatGPT to do that. Anyway, yeah. Bye, everyone. And go vegan. Stop it. Though if you're not vegan, go vegan.